What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Weekly D podcast. I'm Danny G, and this is my host, the man with the most, the Mr. Hold It Down, Kyle C. You know, he held it down for us last 2 weeks ago when I couldn't make it.
What's up, boys?
Because I don't remember why I couldn't make it, but I couldn't make it. I think I had laptop issues. But we're back.
You definitely had laptop issues. We just assumed we just told everyone you were dead. It's fine.
Oh, that's cool, man. That probably made the episode a little bit better.
I will say, dude, honestly, I never get tired of that theme song. I know we've always I guess ever since we started, we kind of have been playing around with the idea of
but it's
potentially
so
changing the theme. But it's a good theme song. I really enjoy it, and it's very much something I like listening to.
That song was made for the podcast.
Yeah.
It was made for the podcast. You know what I told the guy when we did it? I was like, I want Monday Night Football. I want to feel like I'm in a bar, and I want to feel like I'm about to get fucked up. That's what he came up with.
It's just a spritz of country, too.
The original name of the song is Beer Piss.
Dude, I fucking love that.
And Piss and Beer.
Honestly, the name of the song. Sick.
Yeah, shout out to Stringlight, the guy from Fiverr that made it for us. I never gave him a true shout out, but shout out to you, bro. You made us an iconic intro that no matter how many times I want to change it, will probably never change.
I truly feel like this intro is actually iconic, though. Eventually, one day, when this fucking podcast finally goes, which it may at some point, it may never do that, but it might. But if it does, I feel like people will be like, yeah, this is the fucking Weekly podcast.
Hell yeah.
I love this shit. I will always love this shit.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's one of those intros that, you can't change anymore because we've done it for so long that if we change the intro, we will piss some people off.
This is episode number 96, isn't it?
96, 95? I don't know. I lost count, man.
Dude, we're almost at episode 100.
Hey,
what the fuck are we going to do
for episode 100? We got to throw a party.
Dude, somehow. I mean, I live in Kentucky, so we can do a party at my house.
Dude, we'll do another office party. Just don't get fucked up this time.
No. I don't think I can handle that again. My liver definitely can't handle it again. Yvonne may actually kill me.
Yvonne will not stand for it.
Dude, I forgot. So speaking of Yvonne, the love of my life. So she is
your wife?
My love of my life, my beautiful wife.
Yes.
So one thing I love about Yvonne is she is the most straightforward person, and she's about as if she is mad, if she is happy, she will let you know.
Regardless. Oh, you will know?
So
that's
so it's funny because my buddy accidentally pissed her off. So okay, they're basically making a bunch of fat jokes, and low key fat jokes are actually got a little too far.
Oh, did they? Me. No.
Yeah, it happens. It happens to the best of us, Sometimes we get a little triggered because your boy's trying to diet and stuff, and here I am working hard, and then boom, the boys come in have to ruin that fun for me. But regardless, so my wife definitely scared my other friend. His name's Patrick. Sometimes you might have heard about him on the last podcast.
I've heard about him, never met him. I'm waiting to meet him.
Hilarious. But regardless, so Patrick basically was there's only two things I'm afraid of in this world. He goes, 1, I'm slightly claustrophobic, and 2, I'm scared of Yvonne and her wrath.
I've never actually met her, so I won't say that seems fair or not because I've never met her. I got one phone call from her, and it was the funniest phone call I've ever received in my life. So I'll thank her for that.
Dude, she's actually really funny. I really want to have her on the podcast at some point whenever she finally feels comfortable enough to jump on. I think she would really like being on here.
Dude, you know what?
She's a goofball.
Here's the goal. Next year, we're gonna have a Valentine's Day special with our partners.
Okay, that would be really funny. I think I'm down.
I mean, my partner fucking torched me the last time she was on this podcast, so I think
honestly, Noelia is awesome. So
she's fun. She has no filter, man. There's a reason why we get along so well. We hold nothing back.
But yeah, dude. Honestly, shit. You gotta embrace it. There's nothing better than being married and or engaged to a fiery Latina.
Oh yeah. There's no way I would ever want anything else. I love the fact that she's comfortable enough to just put me on blast no matter what. Because I'm the kind of person. Yeah. I mean, I podcast. I put my life on the internet all the time. So I genuinely enjoy when she hops on and she just fucking roasts me and exposes me. It's just a good time. It
Honestly,
makes me
we
laugh.
also enjoy it. It's really fucking fun.
I'm sure the listeners enjoyed it too. But yeah,
Let us know, listeners. Did you guys enjoy that? Do you guys enjoy when we roast the shit out of
dude,
Daniel?
we should have posted that as a poll, like on Twitter and shit.
God, dude, that would have been funny as fuck.
Although,
so, man, what have you been doing these past couple weeks? Like,
bro,
I haven't seen you. So much shit has happened. On top of that,
I had laptop issues.
Okay.
You know, not personally my laptop, but because I am an amazing fiance. When my fiance's laptop went down, I let her borrow mine. Just because, you know, I'm a great guy.
As a good fiance would do.
As a good fiance would do. And because she is going to college, so I kind of, you know, I figured college might be a little bit more important than missing a week of podcasting. Although I love podcasting.
Podcasting is life.
Although
it's life, Daniel.
That's what I was about to say. I love podcasting. Podcasting is life. But I felt comfortable enough where I had a great partners. I mean, great co-hosts. I had great friends that were willing to step up, and it worked out to my favor. And honestly, I kind of like taking a week off. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of nice. It was kind of nice to just like step back, let y'all do what y'all want to do, and then observe it from the outside. And I enjoyed what y'all did, man. Kudos to you guys. I can imagine
it was a very different podcast.
Oh yeah. It definitely took a turn, right? Because like for me, when I'm on this podcast, I feel like it turns real perverted. And like really just me trying to think of stupid shit to say while we're in a serious conversation. Mm-hmm. But with those guys, I mean, the fact that we're all friends, but obviously you've had a lot more of a friendship with them because I just met them like a couple months ago. But the dynamic y'all had made for such a fun episode. Like that's honestly, from what I've learned podcasting for almost 3 years now, is that podcasting and having fun while you're doing it reflects, like it shows when you're having a blast. Oh shit, there's like a dump truck driving by my house. Do you hear that?
No.
Fucking 18-wheeler just
oh, actually I can hear it. You probably hear my heater going too. It's about to hit like 10 degrees tomorrow,
dude. So my goal by June is to have this room soundproofed and to have it all set up so we can finally come back to doing video and have legit good video.
Yeah, that would be nice. I think I'm gonna actually like upgrade a little bit.
I'm actually gonna buy a desktop as well.
I need to find some way to upgrade it at least. Like, so there's something that needs to happen because this is like too open.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to go with the green screen. I kind of want like a really cool background. Mm-hmm. So the goal, maybe eventually, once I get a house, I don't know when that's gonna be, but when it does happen, I really want to get like an actual like office with like cool stuff in the background.
Yeah, that'd be fucking dope. Yeah, once I move out of here and I kind of got my shit situated, and I will be building a studio. But for now, I gotta make this work.
Well, Dogecoin never makes a lot of money. We'll just make one. We'll just buy it.
Build a fucking studio. We'll build it halfway between Houston, Texas, and Kentucky.
Dude,
and we'll just go there on Mondays.
Pretty fucking lit, bro. Honestly.
Fucking drive like 12 hours just to go record a podcast.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, I mean, eventually, you know, I'm here in Kentucky. I don't know when I'm gonna, you know, go home and go to Texas at some point. But like, honestly, I am gonna miss Kentucky. Like Kentucky, when it does happen, I don't know when it's gonna happen. It could be a year from now. It could be 2 years from now. But when I do move back to Houston, like,
this would be a different vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a different vibe. Like, I've been so used to like living in this place that like I now call home.
Yeah.
Moving back to a place I've always known as home, it's gonna be different and it's gonna be a little weird.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be way too hot for me to like breathe.
Yeah, you could be sweating, bro.
If I lose weight, it'll be good.
For first podcast you do when you come back to Houston, we're just gonna see you drenched in sweat. You're like, what the fuck is going on here?
God, bro. But yeah, but winter will be my fucking place because it'll be 50 degrees and I'll be in shorts.
Hell yeah, and that's what I'm in. I'm in some booty shorts. Some fucking shorts and a t-shirt, and it's hot as shit in here.
Dude, like, well, I'm in, like, I have long sleeves on, a little hat, and some jeans, but it was cold. It's cold as hell outside.
But yeah, man. So I did that. I went to Galveston like 2 weeks ago, I think.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Had some amazing micheladas. Had a great time. I think that was 2 weeks ago. Fuck, what have I done in 2 weeks? Dude, I have such horrible memory nowadays since I quit drinking and I stopped sleeping. But yeah. Oh, I did do something fun. I shanked my finger the other day at work.
Slit it open. That looked disgusting. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what's funny? so I'm used to getting cut and shit at work like that.
Yeah.
That's no biggie. Like
I'm assuming that happens with the type of work that you're in.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that would happen often.
Like I've ripped my hand open where I can see like the vein and tendons and shit before, so I wasn't too worried about a little cut on my finger and like a little piece of metal. Problem was that little piece of metal wouldn't come out. Like so I had a flap on my. I cut my index finger across, and a shard of shrapnel went into my finger. It lodged itself in there. And while I was bleeding, I was trying to pull it out. So I grabbed some tweezers that I have specifically for pulling out shit when they get stuck in my hand or my finger. I stuck it under the flap. Oh, this might get a little gross. I stuck it under the flap I had in my finger. I grabbed the piece of metal and I yanked on it as hard as I could to pull it out. And it was lodged in there. It was kind of acting like a fish hook where, you know, you have that little barb.
Yeah, it's serrated edges.
Yeah. So I barbed into my finger, and unfortunately, I had to go to the doctor, and they had to cut my finger open a little bit more because by the time I got there, like the cut had healed, it had closed. But luckily, I had pulled the metal out just far enough where you could see it, and the doctor opened my finger back up. Cut a little slot where the metal was running along and pulled it out. Come to find out, I had a half-inch piece of metal stuck in my finger, and here I was at work contemplating about just leaving it in there and waiting for it to come out.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't do that. I mean, it would have came out regardless.
It would have gotten infected though.
But it would have definitely gotten infected, and it definitely could have like resulted in something worse. So it's probably a good thing you did. End up doing that. So
I also found out my tetanus shot is still active, so that was good.
That's good. I mean, you definitely don't want to get TB, or not TB, but tetanus.
Tetanus, yeah.
TB is a different vaccination.
Yeah, that's another one. That's another one.
Dude, vaccinate your fucking kids. God damn
fucking
it.
vaccinate, yeah. Don't be an anti-vaxxer. Hold on, let's go on a little rant here. I'm tired of people hearing, especially so. I've heard some crazy shit because, you know, I'm Catholic. My girlfriend, my fiance is Catholic. Let me check myself before she whoops my ass. My fiance is Catholic. Our families are Catholic. Some sides of the family are a little more on the extreme side of Catholic, and they're super against like getting the vaccine because it's supposedly made out of stem cells and this and that. They don't understand that stem cells no longer come from aborted fetuses. They're actually lab grown nowadays.
Yeah.
And well, yeah. So some family members have become anti-vaxxers, and half the time I just want to slap the shit out of them.
Dude, honestly,
don't be a fucking anti-vaxxer.
It's so fucking dumb. Like, let's be honest. Like, well, we've had this conversation. Like, especially everything going on with COVID. Like, fucking, you know, fucking quote unquote crazy words, but fucking like nobody understands. Like, are you scared to take the COVID vaccine at this point?
No,
like,
I want it. In my head, I'm like, okay, if I get the vaccine, if my neighbor gets the vaccine, if my whole family gets the vaccine, we get herd immunity. So why not get the whole fucking U.S. with the vaccine so we can go back to normal?
It's like initially I was a little concerned because I have an issue with rushed things like vaccines, but they've already tested it on hundreds of people at this point, thousands of people at this point.
There's a few deaths, but that's normal. People die from medicine all the fucking time.
Yeah, well, I mean, the adverse side effects and stuff like that, like people can go into shock, but like you don't know what you're like.
People have allergic reactions to medication all the time. I
don't know if has anybody died from the actual vaccine though.
No,
is that like something like a fact check? I don't think
so. Think so. But
people
you know,
anaphylaxis,
like our ex Cheeto president used to say, fake news.
Yeah,
it's all fake news.
Dude, have you noticed how quiet it's been lately, like on Twitter and stuff? Like, don't get me wrong, I have my issues with Biden right now because there's a couple things that I'm not too happy with, especially when it comes to like the stimulus checks and stuff. Yeah, and we can go into that if you want to. We don't have to.
We'll go into it. Fuck it. Let's hit some rants.
It's been so quiet and so nice. Yeah. And it's also been really fucking funny to see like Trump supporters revert to the opposite of what like the crazy fucking liberals used to be too, because they're fucking insane.
Talk about and fucking snowflakes, man.
Dude, honestly though, it really has shown you, because don't get me wrong, the liberals like
dude, I mean, the problem is it's bad to be too far on one side and too far on the other. Let's be honest.
Agreed. You have to like a centrist.
You got to be centered and lean one way, or sometimes lean one way, sometimes lean the other. I mean,
yeah, pure centrist doesn't work, but you can be center right, center left, and like be okay.
Bro, when it comes to politics, you got to be bi.
Yeah. Like I would say, like Tulsi Gabbard, for instance, like if we want to talk politicians, is more of a center-left person.
Yeah.
But she has a lot of views, specifically when it comes to economics, that
Mm-hmm.
lead more right.
Yeah, and
then
that
you have like,
she's a fucking true politician. Like, she's not there for the money. She's just there to do what's right, what she feels is right.
Republicans and Democrats really both like Tulsi Gabbard. I think she'll be interesting to watch these next couple years.
Yeah, but she ain't gonna win, dude. Jeff Bezos over here dropped Amazon so he can run for president next year.
Fuck Jeff Bezos, bro.
Damn, you hating on Jeff Bezos like that?
Okay, no, I'm not hating. Well, for one, I do have an issue with the fact that they still don't pay a fucking tax on any of their business. Like, like solely, they're considered tax free.
Yeah, fuck it. They're creating jobs. They treat their employees like shit, but they're creating jobs, bro. Now, that's the important part.
True.
Keep American jobs in America. America.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
But no, like so for instance, we can talk about it. I do have an issue with Jeff Bezos. Mostly because I just think like some of the stuff they do is like Amazon does as a whole is like a little shady.
Dude, they're hella shady.
As much as I like and I use Amazon, and I think Jeff Bezos is a big part of that. However, I do respect like their business and I do like to use their products.
Exactly. It's like, dude, Amazon is just like fucking McDonald's. They can fuck up your order. They can do everything wrong. They can treat their customers their customers and employees like shit. But you're still gonna buy their shit. They're a household name.
I'll be honest. The only billionaire though I really truly respect, well, besides Warren Buffett, of course, I think Warren Buffett is a genius. But Elon Musk. Like, I fucking love Elon Musk. I think he's an awesome person. Like, and he comes off as an awesome person. Like,
it's because he's autistic, man. He has that retard charisma.
Bro, there's actually a theory that Elon Musk isn't smart at all, and that he's just been guessing this entire time, and somebody else has been like he basically like a puppet for somebody else. It's like kind of similar to what's that? There was like a band like a long time ago that basically like
that used to steal all the songs, right?
So they weren't stealing songs. Basically, they were using like they had this fake band and they also had the real band, but the real band never came out. It was always this fake group, and they would lip sync. So it was like that's how they imagine Elon Musk. It's just like he's the eccentric billionaire, but there's somebody bigger in the background,
just pulling the strings.
He's actually just a fucking idiot.
I don't know. I'm convinced
he likes memes.
I'm convinced he's autistic, and that's why he's so fucking smart. Because honestly, have you ever talked to like someone that what's that? It's not Down syndrome. It's autism, right? Where they're like all normal.
So autism is like a just to go into it. It's basically it's a mental disorder, but it's basically your senses are heightened in some places.
That's what I'm saying.
As a unfortunate gap, you tend to get a gap, whether it be in some type of learning. That could be speech. A lot of times it's speech.
You just answered Elon Musk. Have you ever heard Elon Musk talk?
Yeah, well, he's South African.
Well, that's true. But he's also like a fucking computer, man. You talk to him, it takes him. He has a little buffering period, and then he responds.
Yeah, autism is like they also a lot of them tend to suffer with like a lack of
social skills.
Social skills, yeah.
Yep.
They struggle with that. Some of them can get there.
They're
high functioning.
You literally just described Elon Musk. Tell me I'm not right.
I mean, some of the most like
some of the smartest people were fucking autistic.
People were like have been shown to have like if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Albert Einstein who they said has Asperger's, which is a form of. Yeah,
that's what Elon Musk has. Yeah,
it's like a form of autism.
Yeah, they got the recharge strength, but in mental capabilities,
that's different.
No, like, bro. Either you get the strength or you get the smarts, or you become super creative. Believe me, I've known all of the above.
Well, have you seen that one guy who he's autistic, and he actually does an entire. I think he's blind and autistic. Actually, as a matter of fact, he does an entire skyline of New York City.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
It's fucking beautiful,
bro. Autistic people are honestly the smartest people in the world.
But
why? Because
like you said, like what that happens when that comes to that disorder is they trade it basically. So they trade their intelligence in a lot of ways for
social skills. Who gives a fuck when you're that fucking smart, dude?
I guess that's true. Well, I mean,
Hey, look
you
at
could
Elon
argue that's
Musk, successful, rich, fucking everywhere, all over social media, and he's smashing Hasley or whatever her name is. Is it Hasley? I could be
Halsey?
wrong. I could be wrong. Halsey, Hasley,
I
Halls.
don't know.
I don't
I
know,
don't know.
but he's
I thought he's
knocking out
married with kids.
he's knocking out a dime piece, bro. I mean,
I mean, he's Elon fucking Musk.
he's Elon fucking Musk, Doge to the moon, bro.
Dude, Dogecoin to the fucking moon.
Bro, honestly though, Elon Musk is a fucking goat. I don't care
Yeah,
what anyone
hell yeah.
says.
I mean, look at what he's doing with SpaceX right now.
He's a
Look how,
fucking
much of a
genius.
fucking God, dude, like that shit's fucking insane. Like,
Bro,
he's that whole. He's that person who basically is just like, I think he's quoted that before. He's like, I never went to Harvard, but I have people who work for me that had went.
yeah.
Like, he didn't go to school. He wasn't in college. He didn't go to
Because
college.
he's a goddamn genius, dude.
Yeah, didn't need to. Like, some people don't need college.
He's autistic, but that's why he can focus on science and shit.
I don't think he's autistic. He
Bro,
might
I'm
be,
telling you
but
he's
never been
autistic.
proven to be autistic.
Bet.
He'll stop spreading the
Bet.
fake news or get canceled again.
He's autistic, bro. I'm putting this out here. I'm putting this out there, but I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm saying
You
he's
might be right.
autistic, and that's why he's so fucking smart,
Maybe. I mean, we don't know. We gotta wait for a diagnosis.
bro. Let's get him on Joe Rogan, man. Get him back on Joe Rogan. Let's get Joe Rogan to ask him if he's autistic or not.
He high as fuck again. Tell us
I'm telling you, he's autistic though.
We'll see. Maybe at some point that'll come out if that's like that
I'll put money on that. I'll go buy some Dogecoin and put it all there.
Dude, buy some fucking Dogecoin, bro.
It's a little too late now.
Dude, honestly, speaking of Dogecoin, for those who don't really know what we're talking about, it's currently, just so you're aware, it's currently February 8th of 2021. Dogecoin has spiked like a motherfucker these past 2 weeks, going from one of its lows at 0.00007 all the way up to its at the time all-time high, which was 8 cents, dropped back down to 2 cents, and then it's climbed its way back up to 8 cents, and it did touch 9 yesterday.
I needed to drop down to 2 so I can buy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They keep the floor keeps getting higher and higher as people buy at higher prices.
But I'll still buy it if it's below 10 or below. I'll still buy some.
It's currently sitting as of now, so people can see. It's currently sitting at 0.0805. Will it go up? Will it go down? Hard to say.
Okay, I'm gonna buy $2 worth, $5 worth.
I know a lot of it is based on hype. Like, don't get me wrong, but there's some really good stuff that you should look into when it comes to Dogecoin, how its blockchain works, and why it's actually a decent crypto to be invested in.
Okay. I actually don't know much about it. I just know it's blowing up, and it's a fucking meme currency.
It is, which is amazing. Which is part of its strength.
Which is why it's gonna blow up, because all these fucking kids, our generations under us, they're gonna make that shit pop.
I mean, bro, it's getting the attention of Jim Cramer from the Kramer Report. It's getting the attention of Mark Cuban. It's getting the attention of Elon Musk.
Bro, Tesla dropped 1.5 billion on it.
Yes. No, so 1.5 billion was not on Dogecoin. It was on Bitcoin.
Oh, on Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, which is something we'll talk about, because it is interesting to see what that is going to be as a whole for the crypto space in general, because it is good for Bitcoin, but it's arguably better for everybody else.
Yep. Yeah.
Involved within the space,
especially
the top 20 coins.
Yeah. Yep.
So to go more, Dogecoin actually has a block time that actually is 1 minute.
Okay.
Making it the fastest block time in terms of transactional purchases in the crypto space. So it actually can process transactions like person to person from one place to another. If you want to go Doge to USD, fastest return time.
Nice. And what app are you using? This is not an advertisement for the app, by the way. It's just
I'm using Voyager.
We're putting it on game.
Yeah,
Voyager?
I'm using Voyager. Okay. By the way, we're gonna leave that in the show notes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and advertise it. It's not actually an advertisement, but
it's not an ad.
It's not an ad. But if you do use my code, you get $25 worth of Bitcoin when you deposit $100. So definitely check that out.
Bet. Okay, yeah, check that out. Let us know if you do it. If you do it and you lose money, don't blame us. It wasn't our fault.
We're not financial advisors. Don't listen to us.
We're
wrong at least 50% of the time.
I'm over here shouting Elon Musk is autistic like it's fact. I could be right though.
Maybe we'll see.
Probably right. Most likely right.
Anyway, regardless. But no, Dogecoin's got a lot of hype behind it, but people
Mm-hmm.
are starting to understand like it may not be just a joke, and people need to understand like that's possibly true.
Yeah.
If you bought in low, congratulations. If you bought in high, be very cautious.
Dude, like I said,
It's remember these.
I am not hopping
Yeah,
in if it's more than 10 cents.
remember these are all-time highs. It has never been this high before in terms of like longevity.
Mm-hmm.
So just be careful. Know how you invest. Be safe when you invest. Only spend more than. Only put in more than
Well,
like.
hold
Only
on.
put in what you're willing to lose.
Yeah,
Don't put any more than that. It's
that,
not a place to put your life savings.
that's what I was
Like,
about to say. Because you said be safe. There's no being safe in investments. Like
no.
you can think you're playing it safe, but investing is a gamble. You're
I mean,
always
regardless, yeah, you're right. It's a casino.
it's a gamble. So you can lose, you can win, but be prepared to lose because it hurts.
That being said, a lot of the people in Bitcoin, especially like the super fundamentalists, the people that just like only believe in Bitcoin and don't believe in any other coins, are fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Mostly because Dogecoin has increased about 1,000% since this climb.
No. It's increased 1,000% year to date. That means from January 1st to what is it, February 8th? It's gone up 1,000%.
So if you look at the if you look at the 5-year chart too, so I'll go ahead and show you the 5-year chart, Daniel, so you can get an idea of how high it actually is and why this uptrend is actually a really good thing. So as of the 5-year chart, it's currently sitting at a 26,623.33% average increase.
Holy shit.
Upward. So it's up 26,000%.
God damn.
In the last 5 years.
I knew I should listen to you when you told me about it.
Put that in perspective. Like that is unreal.
Yeah.
In terms of gains.
Yeah, that's a fucking bet, bro.
But yeah, so okay, to go into what happened, why Bitcoin, why Tesla bought into Bitcoin, and why it's important, especially for crypto space. So Elon Musk has been known to kind of be, he's been off and on Bitcoin. At first, he was kind of like Bitcoin, he's like, I don't know if it's actually like got a use for it. Then he starts to kind of believe in it as it climbs. Then eventually he's a Bitcoin. He's team Bitcoin. So he's been pretty advocate that like Bitcoin is a useful currency. He thinks it is useful as an asset in terms of gold, like gold or silver, and he sees it as something that's valuable.
That's
now,
what's up.
In January, what happened is Tesla bought, I think it's 15%. They used 15% of their company and invested that into Bitcoin.
Yep.
Why that's important in terms of the whole crypto space. So for one, that boosted the company, Bitcoin, actually boosted, not company, but it boosted Bitcoin up a lot. It went from 37K to about 44K as soon as that news was reached.
Yeah, it's sitting at
46, I think, right now.
It's sitting, I wrote it down. Hold on, give me 1 second. It's sitting at, my dumbass didn't write it down. It was at 46,280. I just remembered.
Yeah, so it's sitting around that area right now as we sit here like around midnight, which is awesome. That's like a
hold on. I think I said that wrong. It's $46,280.80.
Yeah, it's still regardless. It's about 21% gain.
Yeah,
from where it was. It went about 37 to 46 in total. I mean,
damn. I bet you those what was it? Those brothers from Facebook. I bet you they're pissed they cashed out.
I bet so.
They could have been trillionaires.
Dude, honestly, like anybody who's cashing out of Bitcoin right now is not the brightest. I'm gonna be honest, unless they have to take that money out, which is understandable. Take your profits.
I feel attacked.
If you're taking your money out right now, like you better,
dude,
you're gonna have some FOMO.
I took mine out. I took mine out when it bubbled the first time. Talk about
well, just like many people did. I mean, you took it out what, $20? I think you said
20,000.
No, when it was $20 though, right?
When I bought it?
Yeah.
No,
originally?
When I bought it, it was less than 10 cents.
What'd you end up selling it at originally?
I sold them at different parts. When it hit 100, I sold a bunch of them. I had 1,000. So when it hit 100, I sold a bunch of them. When it hit 1,000, I sold a bunch of them. Then it dropped down to 500, and I sold a bunch of them. And then I ended up keeping one in the wallet that I knew the password to. And when it bubbled at 20, I sold it.
That would be nice.
But I might still have a wallet. I just need to find it. I need to find the password.
Yeah. But, I mean, we'll see with Bitcoin.
It's just like cracking the safe, bro. If I figured out that password, it literally is like cracking the safe.
Like I said, share the fucking wealth. I'll be here
Hell yeah.
waiting for my 1 Bitcoin.
For your 1 Bitcoin. Hell yeah, bro. I'm down.
Honestly, but honestly, like at the same time, I think Bitcoin realistically could hit the 100K mark. I think that's.
It's gonna take
I
a
don't think
while.
it's a, I don't think it's asking a lot though. It's already halfway there.
It's gonna take a little bit longer. Don't expect it in a year or two.
No, but I can definitely see it hitting 70K this year.
Yeah. Well, depending how things go, right?
I mean, then again,
Economy
nobody
wise.
expected Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Then again, nobody expected Dogecoin to hit 5 cents, let alone 8 cents this
Yeah.
year. They expected it to not be for like 10 years.
You don't know. It might hit 50 cents this year. It might just hit.
It might hit that dollar that everybody wants.
Shit, if it hits $1, that's gonna be insane.
If it's $1, I make.
You know what?
I don't have too much invested in Dogecoin. You shouldn't have too much invested in Dogecoin. Be very careful.
I might drop $100 on it just to see what happens.
Be careful. Like I said, watch for a dip. Wait till it hits into the 7 to 6 range.
I'm gonna look for that dip. Yeah, exactly. Once it goes under, like, closer to 5 cents, I'm in.
Yeah, we'll see if it hits 5 cents again, though. I don't think
it's closer to 5 cents. It doesn't necessarily have to hit 5.
Because I mean, it struggled to hit 7.5 today.
That's fine.
It was sitting in that area and then climbing back up
to
8. It hit 8.
But it's gonna bubble. You know why? Because it's picking up the same traction Bitcoin picked up 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's getting popular, which is good. Anyways, regardless, we'll go back to Elon Musk, like why it's important. So people bought Bitcoin. Why is it important? Okay, so in terms of crypto space, people are going to feel like they missed out if they're not careful. So when it comes to corporations, things like that, I think you can definitely expect a lot more corporations to be putting their money into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I think not because Elon Musk is like necessarily like the cool guy or the guy to follow, but it's because like you don't want to get left behind in this rat race, especially as the potential for inflation within the economy after the economy is about to get pumped would occur, making your dollar worth less.
But your Bitcoin's worth a lot more. Yep.
Your Bitcoin potentially could be worth a lot more.
Yep.
So it's good to just be aware of the fact that, like, if you're $1 billion company, you may want to start looking in that like route. Yeah.
No, that's for sure.
Not to mention, this also boosts the fact that because if they'll take Bitcoin, who's to say they won't take who's to say they won't take Ethereum? Yeah. Who's to say they won't take Cardano or Dogecoin?
Yeah, it brings it some legitimacy to the cryptocurrency. I mean, there's ATMs around Houston where you can pull and buy Bitcoin from.
Yeah, exactly. And who's to say that like that's gonna not become more of a norm? I think realistically, like, I don't like. Let me be clear when I say this. I don't think Bitcoin is like gonna be ever something we really pay for, like a pizza in, for instance. Like, how they bought a pizza with like certain amount of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I don't think they were gonna pay 0.0000175 for a pizza.
Yeah.
But I do think like that as in terms of an asset like gold or silver, Bitcoin is gonna be a useful necessity.
Yeah. You just trade it in. Mm-hmm. I think it will be a good financial asset, just like you said, like gold or silver.
I think Ethereum will also be there as well. I do think Dogecoin has a strong potential because of the people backing it.
Yeah,
I do think that has a strong potential to be a good.
I think Doge you got to be on the 10-year plan though. You can't expect it to bubble or bust, or really give you its fruits within the next 5-6 years.
I think Doge is gonna because so the issues, the negatives to Dogecoin, it doesn't have a cap right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's unlimited Doge right now.
Yeah.
But it does cap at 5 billion Doge per year.
Okay.
At that inflation rate, and that inflation rate does go down each year.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, the goal it's a good long-term investment because like long-term, if it continues to do what it's doing, it'll eventually have like a cap out.
Yep.
Eventually, it'll be at the same inflation rate as the USD.
Yep.
Like, so eventually I think eventually it'll be worth more than the US dollar by like a lot.
Oh yeah, hopefully. It's like another Bitcoin, man. But like I said, you got to play the waiting game.
Yeah, it's a meme too though, so people need to start taking it seriously. When will that happen? I don't know. Kramer's watching it.
Yeah.
Mark Cuban's watching it. Elon Musk is watching it. Mr. Beast is watching it. Like, big players are looking at this because at this point people are making money and lots of money off of it.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, and I mean, if it starts taking off, I mean, Elon Musk has already invested in Doge.
So that's what they're saying. They're saying that he's invested low key because he hasn't announced it officially.
Yeah.
But there is some stuff that's been going on with some. So the biggest Doge whale, like the biggest whale inside that currency, he owns $2 billion worth of Dogecoin.
Holy shit!
And when he recently did a transaction. You could see the transaction that was done. It's an anonymous wallet, but people do think it's Doge because the first thing he bought was 69 Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Then he bought 2 billion Dogecoin. And he bought another 69 Dogecoin.
Nice. It has to be Musk.
And then
if he hits a 420, it's Musk.
Then he bought a random amount with like a decimal points. That decimal points equal to Elon Musk's like birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's some stuff like if you look into it, like it's a thing. It's super weird, but I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. But
yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Crypto. There's a lot of crypto you need to be looking at. Look into Cardano. Look into Ethereum. Look into Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold. Like Horse Ethereum and Bitcoin, Dogecoin, BitToken or BitTorrent.
Yeah,
a lot out there.
Yeah, there's a shitload of cryptocurrency. Take at it, play the game. Maybe you'll win.
Be watching the top 20.
Yeah,
be on the lookout for the top 20 currency.
Gotcha.
Anyways,
all right.
I know it's probably super boring for most people.
On. Yeah, because we talked 30 minutes Bitcoin or crypto, and now it's time to talk some pendejo of the week.
Pendejo of the week. Pendejo of the week.
Yahweh. All right. Pendejo of the week is a segment me and Kyle came up with. Actually, no. We've had it before.
That was Daniel.
It was an OG. Dude, a lot of these segments I came up with when I was under the influence. So I don't always remember the stories to it.
Fuck it, I'll take credit for it. I made it up.
Yeah, Kyle told me back in the day when he was like our only listener, you should do something funny about a dumbass of the week, and I had to throw a little Latin flavor to it. So, Pendejo of the Week is a original Weekly D podcast segment where we find the dumbest, stupidest fucking person of the week, or the biggest dumbass, the biggest pendejo, and we celebrate their stupidity. Don't forget, you can send us your Pendejo of the Week candidates using the hashtag POJ and sending it to us on Twitter at the Weekly D Pod. You can send it to me at Danny_G951. You can send it to Kyle at It's That Guy Kyle. Eventually we will be dropping polls on Tuesdays, so you can vote on who is the biggest Pendejo of the Week. But as for now, we just give you the candidates and we never really tell you who wins the award. Maybe we should figure this out a little bit better. But anyways, Pendejo of the Week.
One day we'll get it right.
One day we'll become a legit podcast. Until then, let's just roll with it.
Let's go with the flow, guys.
Let's just go with the flow.
Okay.
All right. So this week for Pendejo of the Week, we have a 20-year-old motorcycle rider from Rosenberg, Texas. I did not put his name just because I figured out we know people that know him. But he rode his bike through Rosenberg, hauling ass. He taunted a cop and then sped off, thinking he got away after taunting Rosenberg PD. And unfortunately, the dumbass ran out of gas and had to fill up at the gas station in Sugarland. And what do you know? Sugarland PD rolled up on him because Sugarland and Rosenberg apparently rolled together. And
I heard about this. Oh my god!
The best part about it was Rosenberg PD. They are trying to become kings of social media and blast all their criminals, and they fucking roasted him online. So this week we give you Mr. 24-year-old motorcycle rider Pendejo of the Week.
God damn.
Dude, how stupid can you fucking be? Like, how do you taunt the cops, speed off, and then run out of gas?
Honestly,
what'd you expect?
Shame. Just shame.
What did you expect out of that? I mean,
fucking idiot.
There's no winning there.
No way.
At least make sure you got a full tank of gas so you can go to Houston and fill up.
God damn. Yeah, because at least you go to some of the hoods the cops don't go to.
Yeah. You can, because, I mean, I know most motorcycles, they roll up the plate in the back so you can't really see it anyway. So it makes it hard to follow you. But if you take off, they call you in and they spot you at the gas station. I mean, you kind of fucked up.
Ah, what a fucking idiot. I don't know who this guy is, but
I know people that know him. I looked him up on Facebook before I blasted him on here because I also did not want to get in trouble for blasting
I mean, you
someone.
know what? Fuck it. Even if we did know him, fuck that guy. He's an idiot.
He's a fucking moron. Actually, I think if I knew him, I would have blasted him even more. If I knew him personally, I just
Yeah.
know that he knows people we know.
Oh, if I knew him personally, would have roasted him till the end of fucking time for
Oh
that
yeah.
one.
Oh
He
yeah.
stopped for gas.
I mean, you stop for fucking gas, man. Like, what were
Bro,
you thinking? What
bro, I didn't know,
was
man.
what was gonna be the best case outcome? I mean,
Yeah, honestly though,
honestly,
fuck were you gonna
because
do?
even if the cop were to chase you and you ran off, you were gonna run out of gas.
Could he not realistically have just drove into a neighborhood and just like parked his bike like in a neighborhood like on the side,
I mean,
like and just
he would
went and
have to
got some
move
gas
quick.
later?
He would have to move quick. But I
Yeah,
mean,
he could just get an Uber real quick and then just dip.
but how
Go
fucking
pick his bike
stupid are
up
you,
later.
man? Like, no, but think about this. He taunted the cops, sped off, and ran out of gas down the road. If the cops would have chased him, they would have caught him. He wasn't going far. He got caught in the next town because he ran out of gas.
Fucking idiot.
I mean, come on now. You, sir, deserve Pendejo of the Week. No doubt about it.
Yeah, 100%, 100%, like without a doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I didn't have a Pendejo of the Week because there was one there was one guy specifically that like made me very angry, but it's really dark and I don't want to talk about it too much.
Gotcha.
I saw it on Twitter. Basically, this guy got in a fight with another person for shoveling snow in their yard. It was like in Michigan, I believe.
The guy that shot the husband and the wife?
So basically what happened is like they were just getting at it with each other. And then the dude walks up. He's like, "Oh yeah, you think I'm a pussy? You think I'm a pussy?" And he walks up with like a gun and just kills both of them.
Hold on. Time out. Now, I know this was really dark, and I know they both died. But how fucking stupid are you to stand there and keep arguing when you're getting shot at?
Bro, yes, no,
Like, the dude missed 4 shots before he hit one in the foot or in the gut.
yeah.
I mean, and then how pussy is the husband, bro? That husband is pussy.
He ran off.
He got hit in the stomach, and instead of like covering his wife and making sure she doesn't get shot or telling her to take off, this motherfucker takes off running and leaves his wife there. She gets shot in the foot, then she gets shot in the mouth. I mean,
Bro, it was brutal. It was intense.
it was horrible.
It
It was horrible because the dude shot the dude in the stomach. The guy takes off running, shoots the wife, walks up to her,
like 5 times.
walks up to her,
4
misses
times.
3 shots, and then shoots her in the mouth. All right, and then you see him walk off. You see these kids run by, and they're like, "What happened?" Instead of calling 911, they're trying to figure out what happened. You just heard gunshots.
And the dude walks out
You
again.
fucking call the police. Then the dude comes out with a fucking rifle, goes point blank, shoots the woman in the head, just kills her, offs her. Although he still missed. So I mean, like I said, why would you stand in front of a guy and keep arguing if he's shooting at you and missing? I mean, take the fuck off, run.
Yeah.
I mean, it is sad.
Well, I think she was incapacitated at that point. I think
No. But at the beginning, because when he
Yeah.
started shooting at them, he missed either 3 or 4 times.
They should have just dipped.
They should have
just
dipped.
ran as fast as they could. Like,
But instead, they're just yelling at him, calling him pussy, and then the husband gets shot, and he runs off like a little bitch instead of like making sure his
Yeah.
wife's okay. I mean, in that case, if I get shot, I'm running after the guy.
yeah,
I'm making sure my fiance is making it home.
yeah. Regardless, like,
It was fucked up.
like, well, he ends up, and so to top it all off, the dude ended up being a super pussy because he ended up killing himself.
He offed himself,
like,
yeah.
right before the cops came. So I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's just a sign of just like it's not that serious. It'll never be that serious to me.
It's not that serious, but
Like,
the fact that they caught him on the wrong day, bro. Like that's a scary.
regardless,
That's a
like,
scary
you have to
reality.
be careful in terms of stability of people. Like, you don't know how stable somebody is, and you need to like it's not okay. So I don't think it's their fault that like he shot them and killed them like point blank. Like, to me, like, I just don't understand. Like,
You know what I think it was?
you can't be in your right mind.
No. I'm sure he was at that breaking point, right? He was having a horrible day. Maybe he lost his job. Maybe he's just having a shit day. The world's kicking him down, and then his neighbors go off on him. Although we don't know who started the argument.
Yeah,
Because the video starts with them arguing already.
it starts with them arguing already.
So you don't know who starts the argument. But, I mean, like, that's a scary reality of the world we live in, right? That you don't know what's going on in your neighbor's head. And he was probably just at that breaking point, and he snapped. He lost it.
But he also could have been unhinged from the start. And that's just like, it comes down to that question of just like, I mean, how do you know now? You can't truly get justice for that at that point. Like their family can't get justice for that at that point because he took it upon himself to take his own life. So like now he'll never get tried. You'll never know really what happened. And like at that point, like it's just sad. It's a sad experience. You can't actually find out what really happened.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it comes out of the point of this, it's never going to be that serious, and it should never be that serious for people. And like, there's just no reason to take a gun and
unless your life is in immediate danger, you should never pull out a gun on someone.
Yeah, especially as an offensive tactic. Like, what he did was 100% not okay in any sense of the word.
But those people are so fucking stupid, man. Like, I'm sorry. No, I know they got killed, but that was really fucking stupid. The dude shot he shot 5 shots.
I don't disagree with you on this. I don't disagree with you on this in the slightest.
I mean, I grew up in the hood, and when you hear gunshots, you run.
You fucking book it.
You book it. You don't stay there and be like, oh, who's shooting? Or,
especially if you
don't call the shooter a fucking pussy. I mean.
Yeah, granted, they may not know he had a gun.
He was shooting at him when he had the gun pointed, and they're like, "Oh, you're not gonna shoot, you fucking pussy," and then he shoots 4 times and misses. But
before that, he went back into his house.
And
pulled it out, and then like they shouldn't have continued to taunt. Like it's not that serious.
What were you asking? Oh, just like the fucking dumbass on the motorcycle. What was the outcome? What was best case scenario? You were gonna argue with the guy? He pulled out a gun.
Last words. What are you gonna do? Stab me?
Exactly.
Man stabbed.
Like what the fuck, man? This world's full of crazy people and stupid people, man.
Like I hate to laugh because it's not funny. It's not a funny scenario in the slightest. Like it's actually very disturbing to watch it. Like I've watched the whole thing and I was just like, holy fuck.
I watched it on replay multiple times because I was trying to understand.
I didn't watch it on replay. I watched it one time.
No,
I was just like, oh nah.
One is because I noticed there were shots missed. Mm-hmm. So I was trying to understand, like, okay, he missed 3 or 4 shots at the beginning, hits the dude in the stomach. The dude takes off running, leaves his wife there. His wife gets shot in the foot, then she gets shot in the mouth point blank. But he still missed like 3 shots. She slapped the gun away from him at one point.
Yeah, I don't know what in my mind, like, because I've seen worse shit. Like, I mean, I grew up in an era of like. The unknown internet, like I see
exactly.
I don't know why this one specifically bothered me, like
just because it was a family, bro. It was a husband and a wife.
Maybe that's what it was. It was like, and I think it was just the brutality of it too.
Yeah,
it was like the fact that it was just like he didn't care. He didn't say one more word. Besides like as soon as he started firing shots, like he just went nuts, and you could tell like this dude was off at that point. He went back inside, loaded up another weapon. And then like these people were already done. Like at this point, like
the lady was still alive. She was dying.
She wasn't gonna live through that. She had already gotten shot.
She could have survived. She got shot in the mouth.
Did they confirm that?
Yeah, she was shot in the mouth. She could have survived at that point. She could have played dead. But I mean, obviously,
he was going for kill shots.
Yeah,
he went back out there and just like.
And he still missed. I think the
guy was already gone.
Yeah, he missed like 3 shots before he actually shot her and killed her.
Yeah. I think the actual husband was already gone before that.
The guy was still alive, but he was also dying. You can hear him in the video, choking on his blood because it was entering his lungs.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I hate to call the victims idiots, right? But
this is why you don't fight with your neighbors. Like at the end of the day, though, it's just kind of like.
I mean, there's a point where you gotta use your survivalist instinct. You see a gun, you run.
If you have an issue with something, like just
call the police.
Call the police. Yeah, like honestly,
I'm Hispanic, dude. I'm scared of the police. The other day, the police were across the street of my house. They were looking for a neighbor, and I could not sleep till they left. I didn't go to sleep.
It's more along the lines of like if you feel like your life's in danger, or if you feel like there's something that they're actually doing that's illegal, like call the police. If there's something you're just irritated with, like talk to them about it like a normal human being. Like be like, hey. Like, and I don't know if they might have, and they could have very well had a conversation if they have some issue with the shoveling and stuff. Like instead of calling him an idiot, maybe they talked to him. We don't know. Either they no idea if they had a conversation at first and it was calm or if it escalated. But like they could have just like legitimately.
You could have just gone in your house. You could be like, all right, fuck it, I'm going inside.
Yeah, and then worried about it later. Like, it's literally snow. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's literally not that big of a deal.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, dude. The fact that you call a guy with the gun shooting at you a pussy.
It takes balls.
I mean, you're. It takes ignorance and stupidity. Yeah, that ain't balls, bro. That's
balls of steel.
That's fucking balls of steel. Got him shot in the stomach, and he ran like a little bitch.
True.
I mean, he didn't even care. He didn't even care about his wife at that point. He just took off.
Yeah, a gun is nothing to play with, man.
Fuck no, dude.
Honestly,
like I own guns. I'm all for owning guns, but there's a fine line.
Know,
there's a fine line.
It was fucked.
It was a fuck situation. But I bet you the guy was perfectly normal when he bought the guns. You would have done a stability test. I mean, what would you have gotten out of it?
You can't tell when people are gonna snap like that.
Well, that's what I was about to say. That's a scary thing. Like, you never know when someone's gonna snap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just it's the sad, scary reality of the lives we live.
I don't know, man.
There's a lot of fucked up people in this world.
It was just super disturbing, and especially like that last shot at the woman. Like, it was just like it's just like you just really went for like the kill shot, and like you could see her like moving and stuff, and you're like, she's gone at that point. And like you said, I've seen a lot of videos. Like,
you saw it on Twitter? I saw it on Instagram.
I saw it on Twitter.
I saw it on Instagram, and I was shocked it was on Instagram.
Well, because I thought at first, the only reason I watched it in the first place is because I thought it was gonna be like a funny thing, like somebody was gonna get like
a snowball or something
with a snowball, or like shot a paintball gun or something silly. But like the moment I saw it escalating, I was like, I know where this is going. Yeah, I know where this is going. Yeah, and then like it like I couldn't not look at it at that point, and so I watched the rest of it, and I was just like, after that, I was just like, fuck.
Yeah, that was pretty deep, man. It was pretty crazy. Pretty sad. All right, so you brought it down. You brought it down a little bit. I tried to make it funny, but that didn't work. So our other pendejo of the week is there's a bunch of people mixing up Gorilla Glue with moco de gorilla.
Bro, I saw that.
When it comes down to Gorilla Glue, the company having to make a statement not to use their glue as gel because it is not moco de gorilla. I mean, adhesive, you got an issue.
Actual adhesive, like, what are you doing?
Also, I want to know who's making this mix-up, because Mexicans know moco de gorilla is moco de gorilla, but
bro, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. To be completely
I
honest,
need a picture. I need a picture of whoever did this. I need to know.
Did you see the video?
No, I didn't know there was a video.
Okay, so basically, this is girl. It's not funny. It's also not funny.
Is she Hispanic?
No, she's African American.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically what happened is she was just like, so I accidentally, instead of using this holding spray, I used this, Gorilla Glue adhesive, and now my hair don't move. She goes, it don't move. She's like, I washed my hair like 7 times and it doesn't move.
Oh my God.
Dude, like, she had put so much adhesive on it.
It'll ruin it. You got to cut it.
Ruined her hair probably, because she had it on for like multiple days. She had to go to the hospital and actually get it like
Did they shave
removed. I don't know if they could shave it because it was so like lodged, and because it was so like tied to the adhesive. I think they had to like surgically remove some of that hair.
I'm sorry, that's fucking hilarious.
Just bro.
You know what?
It is, but it's not. Like, I wouldn't.
Hey.
It is. It is. Funny.
It's fucking hilarious, bro. It's like Forrest Gump said. Mama says stupid is what stupid does. Yeah. That's exactly what that is. God, dude, that's fucking hilarious. I didn't know that. You know what I thought? I thought someone actually bought like Gorilla Glue, the adhesive you squirt out the bottle, and went and then her hair didn't move.
She thought it was like a holding spray. Like, that's what she thought. She
thought it was moco de gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. She I wonder who told her what moco de gorilla was, because I don't even think they had that shit in South Africa. That's like she wasn't
African American. She wasn't actually African.
Oh, okay.
She's from like somewhere here in the U.S.
Oh, she probably saw
which that. Also isn't.
Is she from New York?
Surprising.
I mean, if she's in New York, I can 100% see why that would be a problem, because she could have gone into a bodega, and Papi over there would have been like, oh yeah, moco de gorilla, the one with the monkey.
Gorilla, and it's Gorilla Glue.
And then it's fucking Gorilla, and they're like probably right next to each other because it's a bodega.
Yeah. Damn, bro. Dude, it sets on the fucking adhesive.
Bro, I mean, at least she should have styled her hair pretty fucking crazy if she was gonna do that.
I mean, it looked
like, did she have a mohawk?
No, she had like it just like down with like the hair back.
Bro,
It just did.
Who's that guy from Street Fighter? The soldier with the crazy fucking tall mohawk. She should have done that shit. I think it's Ziegler or something like that. Ziegler.
I don't remember what his name is. He reminds me of like. Have you ever seen? Do you watch anime at all?
Not really.
So there's a guy called Polnareff, and it's from a show. You should definitely watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Yeah. That goes for everyone who, even if you don't listen to fucking like, even if you don't like watch anime, you should watch JoJo. It's fucking hilarious. It's so fucking funny. Like it's, oh man, it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's about vampire. It's like vampires. There's like multiple people like in the like. So this is Polnareff, just to put it in perspective.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's John Cena.
Well, they're all super fucking strong, but they're all like 16. So that's what makes it even funnier is the fact that they look like they're fucking like 30-year-old bodybuilders. Yeah. He's like, I'm in high school.
I'm telling you, man, it's fucking John Cena.
But it's brutal, bro. It's intense, but it's also like action packed. Like it has to do with like vampires.
Yeah.
And,
that's what's
cool
up.
Show.
That is cool what's up.
A lot of action and like fighting and stuff. So worth checking out.
Okay. So remember, guys, don't use Gorilla Glue.
Yeah. Watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah. Also, yeah. All right. Let's move it on because I don't remember the last Pendejo of the week I put, and I really don't care about it, so it no longer exists.
The second one just fucking ruined it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're definitely bringing the vibe down today, Kyle.
Dude, I wanted to talk about it though. I haven't talked to anybody about it since like I fucking.
Dude, it was rough. It was rough. But I still stand my ground where I think those people were fucking stupid, man.
Dude, if they wouldn't have engaged, never would have happened. Regardless.
I mean, no. Okay, I understand the argument and shit, but you're getting fucking shot at. Why do you stand there and keep arguing? What the fuck? Did they think they were fucking Superman or something?
Maybe they just didn't understand what was happening. I felt like they buffered. Like I don't know if you saw.
You
this,
think that they wanted to shock?
Didn't move and it got really quiet.
Yeah.
And they just didn't realize they were getting shot at until like it was too late.
Until he got hit in the stomach. Still pussy.
Yeah. Well,
though.
she went down like pretty fast.
No, he went down. He got shot first though. Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
And then she got shot and she fell.
She got shot in the foot, bro. That's fucking brutal.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why she couldn't move up from the street.
Oh yeah. Like
she was incapacitated.
I'm just saying, dude.
We'll go farther into it.
I'm just saying the husband could have done so much more than run off like a little bitch. All right, I know you're in pain. I know you're dying, but at least like run towards the guy so your wife has time to move out the way and not get shot in the foot.
Yeah. Regardless, let's get over this.
It's fucking Jersey folk, man. They're from New Jersey, I think. Jersey Shore, bro. It's a wild time.
It was just so dumb and pointless.
It was. All right, moving on. Super Bowl. Did you watch it? Did you watch the whole thing? Half of it?
One time I watched fucking football.
Fucking worst Super Bowl I have watched.
Dude. Yeah, where the fuck was Pat Mahomes today? Like yesterday.
You know what it was?
Honestly, like,
you know what it was? It was veteran football players whooping the young guys' asses.
Which is weird, right? Because you would think like
that's like Did you ever play basketball with your dad as a kid?
Yeah.
You remember how no matter what you did, he always whooped your ass at basketball?
Yep.
That's exactly what I felt like watching that Super Bowl. I was like, Tom Brady's daddy, and he's teaching Mahomes how to play foosball.
Bro, the Bucks just had it. Like,
bro,
it was just
the Bucks had them on lock, bro. Like,
yeah,
their game plan was perfect. Everyone was on.
They sacked Mahomes like I think 4 times total.
They broke a record for how many times Mahomes got. How many times a quarterback got hit in the Super Bowl?
That man got wrecked.
Like they shut them down. Tyrone Matthew got like. They got in his head so bad that he couldn't do anything.
Well, because I feel like the refs were definitely like biased.
After that first pass interference, though, he lost it.
Oh, he was pissed.
He lost it, and then Antonio Brown scored on him, and Brady whispered in his ear.
Wasn't it Matthew that also like did the whole like thing too? No, that was a Buccaneer, right?
Which one?
The one who was just like this.
Oh yeah.
And he got the gloating.
Yeah.
He did it to Matthews though. If I'm not mistaken.
It was the Bucks, yeah.
They got a unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah.
I was talking to my wife about that. I was like, what's the big deal? Like to me, I didn't really get it. I was like, what's the big deal? Like they're in the game, like
they don't want fights to break out. That's what it is.
Well, at the end of the day, like Yvonne was like, yeah, he's like, it's also just unsportsmanlike. He's like, you're at a level in your career
You're
at that point as
professional,
like
yeah.
as an adult person, you know, that like in your acting like that looks really
Yeah.
bad on you.
Yeah,
Like at the
well,
end
you
of
got
the
to
day.
think about it. At that point, kids look up to you,
Mm-hmm. That
right?
was what she
And,
said too.
that's
And
the
I was
last
like,
thing you
okay,
want is kids looking up to someone who's just a shitty person on the field or off the field. I mean, it just, I mean, that's what they're trying to
yeah.
control.
Well,
It's a
that made
family
more sense
sport.
once we talked about it. I was kind of like, yeah,
Yeah,
I guess I get that. But
it's
then
a.
like I saw that they scored the touchdown again, and then they all got up in the camera, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
why isn't that considered unsportsmanlike contact?
Because they're not rubbing it in their
Conduct?
face.
Yeah,
If it's intentionally into someone's face, it's unsportsmanlike. But
interesting.
celebrating a touchdown isn't
Yeah,
unsportsmanlike. Yeah, but they got into Tyrann Matthews' head. Antonio Brown was whispering in his ear. Tom Brady was whispering in his ear. He just had a whole lot of careless whispers. It just it ruined it for us.
he was pissed, bro. I could tell the whole time he
He was
scored.
out. He was off his game. They literally got in his head and just fucked him over.
yeah.
He couldn't do shit. The offense couldn't get going. Can we one up though Antonio Brown, because everyone counted him out after him getting dropped from the Patriots, getting accused of beating some woman, which was fake apparently. The sexual what was it? Sexual assault allegations were all fake. They're all alleged. I mean, he made such a fucking comeback. He went from nobody wanting him, the Patriots dropping him from the team, to him going down to Florida. When Tom Brady moved down there, he was staying at Tom Brady's house while trying to get on the team. Got on the team and became a Super Bowl champion and scored what? 3 touchdowns? 2 touchdowns? I think he scored twice.
I think it was twice.
Yeah. So I mean,
It was impressive.
That's a great fucking comeback year.
But regardless, even though like I'm not a massive like football fan, what I really watch Super Bowl for is the commercials.
The commercials.
So the commercials were really fun this year.
Which commercial do you think was a bust? Like you were just not
random that oat milk commercial.
The oat milk?
Random ass oat milk commercial where he was just like oat milk, just like like playing a guitar, and I was like, that's fucking cringy. Yeah. I hated that so much.
For me, it was a T-Mobile commercial.
The
Blake Shelton.
Oh, the one with the video game.
No, the Blake Shelton and Christina Aguilera.
Oh yeah, that was kind of meh.
That one, like, it didn't do anything for me at all. That was for me the bust of the year. Like, Super Bowl.
What do you think of that State Farm commercial with Drake?
That one was pretty good.
That's so stupid.
What was your favorite? Like,
favorite commercials were the Paramount Plus commercials.
The Paramount Plus awesome ones. Are you excited for Paramount?
I think I might be. I think they convinced me that I want it. Because I'm a big Nickelodeon guy. I love Viacom in terms of like all the Nickelodeon products, Rugrats, Beavis and Butthead's going to be on there.
Hulu has a lot of those. Well, they had them. I don't know if they're going to keep having them.
They might be losing those contracts for a couple of those things. SpongeBob's going to be on there.
They have Drake and Josh and all that on there.
Yeah. Which will be, it's going to be interesting. You'll be able to string SpongeBob for like one of the first times ever.
Oh, dude.
I fucking love SpongeBob.
I used to love getting high as shit after school and watching SpongeBob with my brother. That was my favorite. Funny. Yeah. SpongeBob alone is great, but when you're a little high, it's even better.
Well, I can imagine you get more of the jokes and stuff too.
Some
of those jokes would go over your head when you were a kid.
Yeah.
You watch them as
and some of them are super dirty, bro. Some of them are super dirty jokes.
That panty raid episode is
the panty raid.
Like they made it normal. Like guys go on panty raids. And,
yeah, and then they steal it. Fucking Mr. Krabs' mom.
Come to find out, nobody fucking does that. Well, do you remember that same episode?
I fucking hate that episode.
I love that. I think it's so funny.
I love most of it, but the one part that stuck to my head forever was when they have Mr. Krabs and the little kitty playground thing. Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs?
Oh, I can feel it. No, bro. The part that made me laugh the most in that episode was she was like, "Oh," he's like, "Who's that?" And she goes, "Oh, that's Mrs. Puff. Oh, she's married. No, she's single. What happened to Mr. Puff?" And then it cuts to the fucking lamp. And then he was just like, he doesn't like to talk about it. I was like, oh. I was like, that was dark.
Dude, SpongeBob has some dark ass fucking episodes too, bro.
They thought they killed a guy in one
Yeah,
episode.
yeah, the health
The health
inspector.
inspector. That episode's also very funny.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of good.
Would I really defile this grave for money? Of course I will.
SpongeBob was so good. The Rip Pants episode was fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah.
The musical episodes were pretty good. And the Super Bowl one.
There's a Snow Fort episode that's really good too.
Yeah.
The winter one.
Is that where Sandy hibernates?
That one's also very funny.
That one's hilarious.
Episodes. It's the one with no, I'm Dirty Dan.
Yeah. No, I'm Dirty Dan. Yeah. That shit's fucking hilarious.
No, I'm talking about there's one where basically it snows outside, and so they're just throwing snowballs at each other, and so Squidward gets pissed because snowballs keep like knocking his fire
that's one
out.
of the first ones, like the first season, ain't it? I think it is. Season. Yeah.
They basically just fucking like wreck him because he goes up against them.
Yeah, and he's using all his arms to fucking sling him. Yeah. And he goes overboard, doesn't he? And they end up.
Well, yeah, because Patrick ends up getting them all to like the throat.
Yeah, and they go inside to drink hot cocoa. And Squidward's just going anal out there.
Yeah, I think. Dude, Squidward is basically all of us.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Dude,
it's just an extension of the rest of us.
I like the hash slinging slasher one too.
That's a great episode too.
That one's so good. Yeah. The
that
Super
one,
Bowl
so
one.
Many, there's so
the
many
Super
gold.
Bowl one is great, bro.
That's the one about. Did you see the Paramount Plus commercial?
Like, yeah, they had it.
They finally gave like what Super Bowl should have been. Just a little sneak peek of Sweet Victory because that song is also amazing.
Sweet victory.
Instead, we got Travis Scott.
Yeah,
which is fine. It's fine.
Dude,
like Travis Scott's a good performer. I wanted SpongeBob.
Yeah, dude. If they ever pull off SpongeBob at the Super Bowl, everyone will lose their shit. I don't give a damn. Like everyone.
That was like the perfect year to do it too because Steven Hillenburg had just passed away.
Yeah.
And so like this would have been a perfect ode, and they did do it. It's like kind of like an ode to them with that really quick, like you could tell it was quickly done. Like SpongeBob.
It was like they had to sneak it in. It had to be subtle but in your face at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And so everybody that wanted that was like, that's it. That's it.
You know what we should do? We should get the Paramount Plus, and we should watch SpongeBob like once a week. Have a day where we watch SpongeBob and go on Instagram Live.
I'm down, bro. We can just talk. We can just have commentary on the episode.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Or once we get like our studio setups a lot better for video, we can do Twitch.
Yeah, I'm down. That would be fun, actually.
I'd be
super
dope.
down to go through SpongeBob again and watch.
Bro, the first episode was so good. Where he goes to
he meets Sandy, right?
Where he applies to
where he applies for his job.
Yeah. Yeah. Or he buys that fancy ass spatula.
Yeah.
Dude, how do I remember all this shit?
Bro, there's so many good episodes.
That's iconic. The movie was fucking iconic.
Do you remember the one where they did the fort and then they accidentally like Squidward sees they're there on a tree fort?
Oh, with the conch?
Actually go in it, and then it launches them into the fucking jungle.
Yeah.
It's the one
with the magic conch. Yeah. The conch has spoken.
Can I have something to eat? No. Can I have something to eat? No. Can I have something to eat? No. Can I have something to eat? No.
And then Patrick is like, can I have some of this super delicious sandwich? Yes. Can Squidward have some of this super delicious sandwich? No. Sorry, Squidward. Then he vacuums off the whole, turns to a fucking Kirby and eats everything on the table.
You remember when Patrick and SpongeBob thought they were criminals because they stole the balloon?
Yeah. I stole a balloon. Dude, the campfire one. CMPFRA.
That's one of the newer ones, and that was still a really funny one.
SONG song.
I would say one of the newer ones because now there's still a ton of.
There's so many of them.
That was like right when I was starting to dip in quality.
The campfire song one was dope though.
That was a good episode.
Oh, was it? Is that the one when they get attacked by the bear?
Yeah, it's the sea bear.
The sea bear, yeah, fucks up Squidward.
Moral of the story: we really like SpongeBob.
Yeah, dude, we need to do a SpongeBob commentary show.
For anybody listening to the episode, message us on Twitter at It's That Guy Kyle or at the Weekly D Pod
or at Danny_G951.
Tell us your favorite SpongeBob episode.
Yes,
we can talk about this for fucking hours.
Also, tell us if you would be interested in us doing a SpongeBob commentary show.
That would be super fun. We'd really like that. We can even go through the fucking movie if you want to.
Oh yeah,
The
I'm a
movie's even
Goofy
better.
Goober Rock. Dude, that movie's fucking dope. I love that movie. The one where they go to Neptune suck though.
Ooh, excuse me.
All right.
Yawning.
So okay. So favorite commercials, you said the Paramount ones, right?
The Paramount Plus commercials were my favorites.
Okay, my favorite was the Cheeto one. With Shaggy.
Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. I've heard a lot of people say that they really liked it. Shaggy.
The ending just got me. Where she's like, it wasn't me. And he's like, that's the first time that's ever worked. Bro, I died.
Yeah, that shit was funny. I did like some of the serious commercials too. There was a lot of them this year.
Yeah.
A lot of really good ones. Like Indeed had a really good commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Anheuser-Busch, their very first, like, as a whole company commercial was super good.
Yeah. Did you see the what was
it? It's not just a beer. Like that one, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the seltzer one?
No. That was good too with the
lemons?
Post Malone and all that.
Yeah,
the Bud Lights where they accidentally killed the night, the Dilly Dilly night.
Yeah.
That
one's good.
I'm talking about this one was a serious one. It was the Anheuser-Busch because but I don't know if you know, the Budweiser and Coca-Cola both didn't want to. They weren't going to do a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, they pulled the majority of the marketing money to help with the COVID relief.
Yeah, Dr. Squatch got a commercial.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was cool.
The Squatch.
Shout out Dr. Squatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, so basically this one was like, it's not just a beer kind of commercial where, like, okay, so it goes to like a couple people, and the first one, it opens up with like a bride and groom, like where like on their wedding day the rain is pouring.
Oh,
like
yeah,
and they like cheers, and then like another guy gets laid off from his job, and then like she sees he's getting laid off, and she's like, hey, let's go get a beer, and it's just like telling the story of how basically like going for a beer with friends is not just, it's not about the beer, and it never has been about the beer.
No, it's about the camaraderie and all that.
Yeah, and that's like, it was just like a really, really touching thing. Like,
yeah, dude. I mean, I'm glad I live in Texas, and me and Alud went on a bro date. That was what I did 2 weeks ago. We did a little bit of brewery hopping. We had some delicious pho. That place was fucking amazing.
I love pho, bro. It's my favorite fucking food.
You know, we hit up the underground bar, and they have a pho place in there now, so it was delicious. They hit us up on Instagram, told us when are we going to be back. I said soon. So hopefully that happens before the end of the month. But yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just remembered that right now because I was like, oh, that's what I did. I went drinking beer.
Apologize for that.
I went drinking beer with my best friend. That was fun. That was a blast, actually. We were out all day just drinking beer and having a great time. Catching up.
Blast. Sounds like you had a good time.
Oh yeah,
that's good, man. I'm glad.
I love beer. I love drinking beer with friends even more.
It's not about the beer, man.
It's not about the beer. All right, let's move this on to our last segment of the show because we've been rambling, we've been talking, we've been yip yapping. This is Keep It or Yeet It. That's yeet with the Y. I know I say it funny sometimes, so I'm emphasizing the Y. It's yeet. Okay, Keep It or Yeet It is a segment of the show in which we take listener suggestions and decide whether the subject is worth keeping or yeeting the fuck out of here. You can send us your suggestions on Twitter and on Facebook or even on Instagram using the hashtag KOY. Send it to us at the Weekly D Pod, at Danny_G951, and at It's That Guy Kyle. This week's Keep It or Eat It is brought to you by the Weekly D, because we are the greatest podcast in Houston. I don't care what anyone says. And Kentucky.
It's lit. It's lit.
We're by city now.
Officially by city. We still have our Houston boys, though.
Yes.
Louisville's cool, though. Louisville's officially like a stepbrother.
That's what I'm saying. We're the bi-city pod, bro.
Yeah. We're officially an extension of Houston. Louisville is now officially an extension of Houston, solely based on this podcast.
Yeah, no. But we're a bi-city pod. I like the sound of that. We're actually a worldwide pod. I don't know if y'all know this.
We are a worldwide pod.
But we do have... shout out to our French listeners, because we got like 4 consistent downloaders down there. Shout out to our English listeners. Thank you guys for listening to us. We appreciate it. You should hit us up on Twitter. Tell us you're our English or our French ones, so we can give you all a shout out. If you want a shout out, you can hit us up at the Weekly D Pod on Twitter. Just use the hashtag shout out. I don't know. send us, you know, interact with us, talk to us. We want to talk to you guys. We want to make new friends. Don't forget to send us the hashtag KOY with your keep it or yeet it suggestion. Okay.
Yeah.
Numero uno. The Weeknd halftime show. Keep it or yeet it. You're keeping it?
It was fucking good. I liked it a lot. You're
keeping it? Oh.
Bro, I thought it was so good.
Why?
Well, for one,
let's talk.
Weeknd spent $7 million of his own money to like produce this thing.
Okay.
Two, all of his songs are bangers.
Okay.
Like I like most of his music, so like I got to enjoy most of his music. Mm-hmm. Three, the production was really good in my opinion. Like I thought overall, excluding the like some of the music parts, which also is good because it proves it was a live performance versus like a recorded performance. Mm-hmm. Like I thought it was all really good, and it completed the storyline of like that entire like music video segment that's been going on with The Weeknd. If you've been following The Weeknd, you know that there's been like a storyline with his past few music videos.
Yeah. Okay.
And it added to the storyline. I don't know if it completed the storyline, but it added to the storyline.
It added to it, yeah. Okay. I personally am gonna yeet that shit.
Really?
Now, hear me out. One, I like the music. Love the music. The Weeknd does his thing. Great musician. Great. Production, fucking awesome. Where I eat it, and the reason I eat it is one, choreography was trash. The background dancers, they look like a bunch of guys with jock straps across their head, or some fucking dirty underwear on their head. They were like a mix of the kid from Us and Captain Underpants. So, because of that, I mean, the choreography was very bland. It was just them playing with fucking flashlights, doing their own thing. Mm-hmm. I love The Weeknd's music, but he's not a showman.
No,
and this is why I eat it. I loved everything he did, but it did not fit the Super Bowl halftime show.
I would agree. Performance with that. Like, there was a point where it like didn't really feel like it was Super Bowl. I felt like we were watching.
It was boring.
The Weeknd.
It was boring. Like artistically, it was amazing, mind blowing. Yeah. Music was amazing, mind blowing, but it didn't have the hype. It didn't have the performance where you're just like, holy shit! Like this is one of the greatest 15-minute performances I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's a halftime show.
I still thought it was better than the Maroon 5 like thing from like.
Oh, that's a whole nother conversation, all right? But I mean, after having Bruno Mars, after having Shakira and J-Lo, I mean, you should have brought some A game, bro. You should have brought someone that. I mean, he has music with everybody, with Drake, with fucking Meek Mill, with Ariana Grande. Like he had so many options to bring other people to.
He only brought
really hype it up.
Yeah,
and I give him props for that. Like he brought himself. He did his thing. Amazing performance, but it wasn't a halftime show, like wow factor.
I will say, like, even though it wasn't, I think this is one of those halftime shows that may actually age, like, well, like a fine wine kind of thing.
It may.
Like there are a lot of like, I mean, if you look back and like some of the ones, like there was a lot of people who used to hate on the Bruno Mars one, the Bruno Mars and Beyonce one. Like it got a ton of hate.
It got mostly hate because Beyonce, the Beyonce choreography.
Because a lot of the BLM stuff was still being accepted at the time. Yeah, and like it got a lot of hate for that. And Bruno Mars, I mean, I like Bruno Mars, but a lot of people like.
But Bruno Mars puts a show on though. Like that's the difference. Well, he's a showman. He puts on a show.
Yeah.
You know, Lady Gaga put on a fucking show.
Agreed.
Shakira and with her bullshit put on a show, bro.
I like that. Part.
I mean, you could have thrown Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B in there, and it would have been a better show.
Yeah.
And we're talking about show.
It does make me wonder.
It's the halftime show. It's known historically as a show, like a huge performance.
It makes me wonder what the expectation is going to be like for next year, though, because
I don't know, dude.
The goal is to be, you know, a lot of this also is just one thing I did like about the show, like specifically too, because like I said, I liked the halftime show. I thought it was fun. I personally enjoyed it. What I liked about it a lot too is it wasn't really preachy. There was no message to really show. It was just a performance. Yeah. And like there wasn't some deep-seated message that was just like. I mean maybe there was, but it wasn't about any of the political shit we've been having to deal with this past year, which was a nice break.
Yeah.
Because like the NFL like obviously is taking a turn in terms of like what they want to do with like political stuff, and that's totally okay with me. Like if you want to go into politics, do it. Like at this point, you have no choice.
I
Like,
mean,
you have
everyone's
to.
in politics now. Like that's the thing, right?
But it was nice to have a break from any of that and
Yeah.
like not have to like constantly see some kind of message that honestly they don't like celebrities just don't necessarily relate to
Yeah.
because they're not in that lifestyle. They're
Yeah.
not seeing it for themselves. It's a faux version of what the actual movement is about. And it gets people excited. Cool. But it's not real. To me it's phony.
I
And
agree.
like and that's just my opinion, of course. I may get some hate for that, but
Yeah.
whatever, I don't
Oh,
care.
I know
Like
I'm gonna get
I
hate
think
for saying it.
like I personally think like a lot of these like people that try to spread like a message, like especially when they're celebrities, aren't doing it for the reasons that people want them to be doing it.
Oh,
They're doing it for fame and more exposure.
It's money. It's money at the end of the day, right? Who
Yeah.
signs their checks? Who endorses them? But like I said, the weekend did a great performance, but it wasn't the show spectacular that you expect with the Super Bowl. I mean,
Granted.
honestly, at two though, like the Super Bowl's really been lacking I mean,
Yeah.
let's bring it back to true Super Bowl fashion. Let's bring back like a rock band or not the Who though. The Who was kind of trash when they played, but
Be okay
it
with
was
like
mainly audio issues that they had.
it would have been nice doing like, someone like Kiss or something
Yeah,
like a really fun
or like
like
Def
upbeat.
Leppard.
It's just because that's not what's popular anymore.
I
Like right now,
know,
like
I know, but I mean, okay, it's in Tampa Bay. Throw Bad Bunny in there, mix it up
yeah.
a little bit.
It's just all that too, because people had a lot of shit to say about last year whenever they
Because
did
they
the
had
whole
Hispanics.
They had a
Yeah,
bunch of Hispanics doing the performance, and like a lot of stuff was in Spanish, and
yeah,
like people had issues with that.
yeah.
I still think
For
those
sure.
tickets are still north. They should have been there, but regardless,
Yeah, that would have
that
been
would have been
dope.
fucking great. I don't even care what
I'm still
anybody said.
mad George Strait didn't play at the fucking Houston one. I
Yeah,
mean, that was 5 Super Bowls ago, but it's still bullshit.
yeah.
You know, George Strait would have killed it, bro.
King of country, my guy.
King of country, man. Amarillo by
Bro.
morning.
Morgan Wallen also gets Pendejo of the week, by the way. We didn't talk
Oh,
about that.
how did I miss that? I
We
completely
didn't,
forgot about
we
that.
didn't talk about Morgan Wallen, but
But is he really a pendejo though? Because his streams and album sales skyrocketed.
which makes everyone else the Pendejo. 'Cause
Exactly.
you-
I mean, honestly though, I mean the fact they're trying to cancel him over it, it's
I think
kind
it's
of
stupid
bullshit.
that they're. I
That's
think
kind
it's
of
stupid that they're
bullshit.
canceling over it. I think it's stupid that people are like
I think, honestly,
really up in arms about it. I can understand being mad about it. Okay, I can understand being mad and not
but
supporting it.
why?
Right?
All the people that are mad about it are white.
That's part of it.
I mean,
I know.
it's
I know
Karen
a few
culture.
people in personal.
It's Karen culture, bro.
Yeah. What I don't like about it in like a terms of it is like things like that don't help with like the stigma that country already has as an art form.
Yeah, yeah.
Like country, like I mean, you've listened to country probably as long as I have these days. Like country has a stigma, especially like
especially old
like
school country.
especially old country. Like if you're talking like Waylon Jennings and you're going a little bit further back, like
Yeah.
there's some things that were said that aren't very
They're not very
nice
friendly. Yeah,
and
they're
very
not.
PC
They're not very progressive.
at all.
But
And the thing, and like I don't know.
Go ahead.
I just think we're better than that.
Yeah, but
Like,
I mean,
I think
honestly,
country's moved on past that.
I mean, can you really hold him to it though? Because look, he was drunk. He was out with his friends. He called one a bitch. He called another one a pussy, and then he slipped the N word, right? But he
Well,
didn't.
the thing is, he also slipped the hard R too.
It wasn't hard.
It was pretty hard.
No,
That
bro.
was a hard R.
It wasn't that hard. But I mean, he was calling a white guy that. First of all, like I mean,
Yeah.
for me personally, I don't like people saying that word. Regardless,
I think that's the whole thing. Is like they don't.
Regardless.
You shouldn't. You
but
shouldn't have said.
you
Regardless of who
shouldn't
they said
fucking
to.
cancel him over that. Everyone slips the N word.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Everyone.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think he should be canceled over it. I think like because obviously it's not really working to get canceled over it because album sales have increased over 300%.
But does
so
that
you're
prove his listeners are racist?
No, some of them are for sure.
Yeah.
For that, like, and they're listening to him for that reason. Like that is the
Yeah.
thing. Like there are definitely some people that are doing it. There's some people who just like his music though. Like he had a damn good album. Let's be honest.
He was
Like,
gonna win all these country music awards. He was in
Like,
line to
he's-
win like all of them.
he was a good up and coming artist. Like
He
Luke
still
Combs, like,
is.
I think he still is. But you know that he's not gonna get He's not gonna get anything for a while. It's not good. I mean,
I doubt
he's
it.
gonna be on. He will be on an apology, like because me and my wife were talking about it, and because she also feels the same way as you do. Like she's kind of like, she's like, I kind of feel bad for him a little bit because they did catch him slipping, like when he was really
But
drunk.
that's fucked
And
up
like
by his neighbor too.
some people won't say things when they're super drunk, but they would say sober. Like,
Exactly.
you know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? Like some
you're
people
under the
would never say that
influence.
word sober, and then like they all of a sudden say it like super
Exactly.
hammered.
That's what I'm saying. Like everyone slipped that word at least once, especially if you're drunk. Like you're more prone to say shit you don't mean. I mean, that's not an excuse
It's not an
by any
excuse.
means. It's not an excuse. But I mean, they caught him slipping at his house. Like, how fucked up is that by his neighbor catching that and then posting it all over the place?
It definitely
I
shouldn't
think
be
his
that.
neighbor's salty, bro.
Yeah.
I think his neighbor's mad that he was probably dicking down his wife or his girl, and
Could
there's
be.
some more to that story.
I mean, like, granted, like, well, he. My hope is that he doesn't. This doesn't lead to more bias within the country community.
Yeah,
Like, because there is the definite conversation of like, if we allow that to be okay,
yeah,
like, what who's the next one that's gonna say it and say it unapologetically, kind of thing. And then you're just adding fuel to the fire. And
that's
it's a
true. That's true.
in terms of like a genre that like already has that stigma, and that
Hmm.
we all, like me and you, are, you know, two, like all in all saying Hispanic guys
Yeah,
like country music. Like, I mean, I'm half white. Okay, like in terms like I'm whole white. You know, ethnically I'm
hmm,
Irish, Scottish, and then the rest of me is Mexican. Like, so I
yeah.
mean,
I mean, but you got enough brown in you to consider you. I mean,
yeah,
your skin says white,
I'm
but
technically ethnically more Mexican than I am anything else.
yeah, that's what I was about to
So
say.
yeah,
Your skin may be white, but you're
I'm
definitely
a
brown on the
Chicano at
inside.
heart.
You're Miklo.
Yeah, dude, I've never like Yvonne. My wife just doesn't like. I've had this conversation with her,
Uh-huh.
and she like doesn't get it. I was like, I grew up listening, like watching a lot of these movies,
Uh-huh.
like, and like I related to them because like with like Blood In Blood Out, for instance, like I related to Miklo a lot because he was half white
Uh-huh.
and treated like that, and that's how I was treated in high school. And the
Yeah.
same thing with like American Me, with the one white guy that was there. Like I related to him because he was like a Hispanic guy, but he grew up in like a white guy, but he grew up in a Hispanic neighborhood and
Uh-huh.
was raised like to be Hispanic, and that's how I was raised.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Also,
saying. You're more you're literally Miklo.
I mean, I'm actually Miklo. I'm a half blood, but
Yeah.
but regardless, I was just like, hey, Balto, how's it going, buddy?
Oh, you shaved him, right?
Yeah. Well, he got shaved a little while ago.
We haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah,
Hi,
because
Balto.
Mohawk. Yeah,
Yeah.
my dog has a mohawk.
Nice. But yeah, there is this country singer too that she's a female black country singer. Her name is Marion Morris. I don't know if you heard of her,
I've heard of her.
but she came out and kind of talked on it, right? Because she was talking about how she struggled being a black artist in country music.
Mm-hmm.
How she's seen the dark side of it, right? Like the hypocrisy.
It's still there for sure.
Yeah, the way they're treated, the mistreatment, the inequality and whatnot. But even she said, I mean, he slipped a word when he was drunk.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's kind of like a
I mean, yeah.
that's
I mean, what she said was, he was drunk. He said it. Was it right? No, but you should give him the opportunity to learn from it and grow.
and he did apologize for it. Like, let's be
Yeah,
honest, he did apologize for it. He put a public apology out there in the morning and talked about it, and like that was done. Well, I listen to more Morgan Wallen. Like, I like his old music, like his stuff that's come out. So probably, like, to be honest with you, but he's gonna have to prove more before I support any of his future projects. In my
yeah.
opinion, like before
That's fair enough.
I gotta know some things are redeeming.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
just personally,
like I
like
said,
as somebody who
that's
loves country
fair.
music.
That's fair. That's more than fair. I mean,
Yeah,
but
like
I think he deserves a second chance.
I think everyone deserves a second chance when they mess something up. I just think that he needs to make sure that
It
I
doesn't
think some
happen
people like
again.
it's the whole argument of being sorry and just saying you're sorry and then doing the same thing again and again. So
Yeah.
my hope is that he doesn't repeat those scenarios. So if he doesn't repeat them, then I will.
Yeah.
And he starts to make actual changes that you notice, then I will start to support his
But
music.
I mean, the other thing too is like he got caught slipping, bro. It's not who he. I mean, I don't know if it's who he is or not, obviously, but
I don't know, bro.
In my eyes, if he wasn't famous, would we be talking about this?
Yeah, true. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I know some people, and I won't bring it up because I don't want to go too far into it. But I know some people who like are openly very racist.
Oh yeah.
And then when they get drunk, it gets worse.
It gets bad.
Like I know. I mean, I have family. Like I said, I'm half white.
Yeah.
Not to mention Hispanics also can get really fucking racist too.
Oh, dude. Dude, we had a whole episode on that on how everyone's a little racist.
Everyone's a little racist at the end of the day.
You know, everyone's a little racist. Everyone's a little gay. It's okay.
But there are some people that like legitimately like are like, yeah, like this is how I believe it. I think like, you know, what so and so is dumb, or I think that they are inferior to me, which is actual racism. Yeah. I've seen that from, you know, black people too, white people, Hispanic people.
Dude, everyone's fucking racist. Yeah. Like I said, everyone's a low racist and a low gay. It's okay.
It's just like sometimes alcohol.
It brings the worst. It brings the worst out of you.
Worse.
Yeah.
Because I've known people like, and I don't associate with them, but I know them. Of people, like, let me be clear and say that I do not associate with them, like people who would get super drunk and then start singing like really racist, very dark like music and songs.
Yeah.
That they know, like and they're singing like it's country music, like it's old country music. That's like
old country. Yeah, David Allan Coe. Do not play him in front of any of your ethnic friends.
Yeah, no David Allan Coe. And the thing is, I like a couple David Allan Coe songs. Like before
I do too, but they're so fucked up.
Rebel, before he went to Rebel Country, like it's a shame because he does have a lot of good music. Like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, some of that stuff puts a bad taste in your mouth. Like even Hank the Third isn't openly like a racist.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, everyone slips it. If you listen to any rap song, I'm sure you're jamming in your car, you're in it, you're in the flow. You slip it sometimes. Is it right? Sure. I mean,
no.
It's not horrible if you're in closed doors, right?
That's a conversation we should definitely have with Dende and them.
Yeah.
At some point when we jump on their podcast of like music and like an understanding of what you put into your music and how other people are going to receive it.
Yeah, because I mean, you know they're going to sing along, but like I said, when you're in your car alone, I mean, no harm, no foul, right?
Well, it's kind of like that conversation of like Kendrick Lamar, for instance. He did something similar in terms of like he invited a white girl on stage to sing a song where the N-word is said how many times? And sometimes you feel like that's kind of like baiting a little bit, in my opinion.
It's definitely baiting.
Like I love Kendrick Lamar, and I love what he does, but like he knows better.
Yeah,
he knew that like that potentially could have happened. She could have slipped the word, and all of a sudden he gets to shun a white person on camera.
I mean, it's definitely baiting though, because you know she's gonna sing the song.
Yeah.
I mean,
this could get controversial. So like,
no,
your discretion is.
It's okay if it gets controversial. I don't give a fuck. But like, everyone does it. Everyone does it, especially if you're listening to rap. You're in it, you get all hyped up. You're in it, and you're just word for word, and you slip it. I mean, you don't do it intentionally, but when you're listening to a song and you're all hyped up, you may or may not catch it. I mean, but at that point, it's like, okay, if you're with a bunch of friends and you got to read the room as well, right? You're not gonna do that.
You got to read the room 100%.
You're not gonna do that shit in front of all your ethnic friends if you're white. You're gonna think about it a little bit. You're gonna kind of look for the word and then just skip over it, or blur yourself out. But sometimes it just happens. You're in the zone. And I mean, we have rapper friends, we have all this, we know people, and some people will say, yeah, it's in the song. I mean, I'm not gonna get offended if they rap my song word for word.
And some people we know would be very like, yeah, no, like it's maybe in my music, but this music isn't necessarily for you. It's for people who are struggling through like the same scenario. But the thing is, you're putting it out to a general open market. Yeah. So like that's like, it's not like, oh, I'm just putting it out for like certain
your consumer.
Like, you can't expect like.
At the end of the day, your consumer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it's not your intention to have that person as a consumer, you know who your consumer is. Don't bait.
Yeah. Well, that's how they had that issue with that artist, No Name, where the majority of her like her like actual people that were listening to her white.
Yeah.
And she wanted people to stop listening to her. Like, want people to stop listening to her music.
I mean, it sucks, but that
which is that racist? Like, yeah,
it's reverse racism.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's reverse racism. I think it's just racism.
It's just racism. Well, no. If it's an ethnic person doing it to a white person, it's reverse racism.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a controversial
because ethnics can't be racist, man. We're just reverse racist.
I disagree.
We Uno carded back.
I disagree. As someone with a white skin and an ethnic background,
I strongly disagree with what I just said, but I thought it was gonna be funny.
It's like people can be very racist to you. Like, people have been racist to me. Like openly.
Oh, dude,
for a multitude of things.
And the business,
not to the level of like other people dealing with like stuff where like there's like general worries for their like life and stuff, but more like digs. Like I get a lot of digs at like, especially growing up, like when I was in high school and stuff, especially being mixed, like
because you hung out with all the Latinos, like So like, our school, even though it was majority ethnic, it was very diverse if you think about it.
It was actually.
It was very diverse. Our high school.
We had and also in terms of like the types of Hispanics and stuff you had there too. Like it was majority Hispanic, but you had Salvadorians, you had Mexicans, you had Dominicans,
and you had
Puerto Ricans,
and you had
a lot of white people and black people too.
Yeah, and you had also like different tiers of income, like family income levels.
Yeah,
all
you had
the
Greatwood kids.
Yeah, you had the rich kids, the poor kids.
Like Riverwood.
Our school was very diverse if you think about it, bro. Mm-hmm. It was extremely diverse.
It went from that to like cross the tracks, like Richmond, like
yeah, we were all over the place.
To Kinnelton, all the way out to Kinnelton, like
that's what I'm saying. Like, we had the country folk,
strangest hood country.
Yeah, like we had it all. We were super diverse.
Yeah,
but
it's interesting. I don't know. Like I personally had experiences where like I had people tell me like, oh, you're not Hispanic. Like you don't look Hispanic to me. Yeah. You don't speak Spanish. Like what makes you Hispanic? Like you're just a phony. Like
you phony.
Like, yeah. And at first I would get bothered by that. Like, but I mean, because not knowing like who my cousins are, like they look at my cousins, they'll be like, who are those people? Like, oh, that's my cousin.
Yeah.
Your cousins are Mexican. You're brown. I was like, well, yeah.
That's my favorite thing when I introduce people to my black cousins. I have legit black cousins that speak perfect Spanish. And it is so much fun going out with them. Like they live in California, but I remember we would go out with them like to bars and stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's my cousin. I'm like, they'll look at me, they'll look at them. I'm like, he's not your cousin. Or like they'll start talking shit about them because they don't realize that they speak Spanish. Mm-hmm. And then they whip that shit out and they're just like, oh shit, what's going on here?
And see, I understood a lot of Spanish because I had a lot of Spanish friends.
Yeah.
So like I understood a lot of Spanish. I lost a lot of it, but I understood a lot.
Yeah.
But also had white people at the same time be like you're literally like I would get called cracker by the Hispanic people.
Oh yeah.
And then I get called like
you get the worst of it, right? Because the Hispanics don't accept you, but then the whites don't accept you.
I was sitting.
We accept you obviously, but they give you a hard time.
Yeah,
that's like
that's what it is. White people like there are like a group of white people that like don't necessarily accept you sometimes because of like certain things, and like it just is what it is. Like, and like you grow up like, and you hear digs like your whole life on like your Hispanic side of your family, you start to feel a little some type of way about things like that from that side. But Hispanics, yes, they're super racist. They're also going to give you like
they're racist within themselves.
Yeah, they're also going to give you a hard time too. Like they're not going to like. I don't know. Some of them will make you feel a certain type of way. Like there was one guy that definitely like basically was just really offensive to me like all the time. Yeah. And like outside of one guy when I was at I think I told you the story about when I went to go sell plasma one time because I was broke as shit.
No.
And okay, so I was rushing a fraternity and I didn't have enough money for dues. So I went to go start selling my plasma so I could pay for dues.
Damn.
Because that's what you do when you're in college.
What pays more, plasma or sperm?
Sperm, definitely. But I didn't really want that because I've heard potentially you can also have to pay child support at some point. There's like a lawsuit happening right now where you can potentially pay child support for.
You sign waivers.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you can waive the waiver.
Yeah. It can get tricky.
It can get tricky.
And so like plasma was like my one. So regardless, I went with my buddy Smiles, who also is half Hispanic and half white for that matter. we were both sitting there and we were talking, and like I say things. Sometimes I'll say things with an accent because I want to say it properly. I don't want to say it incorrectly.
Mm-hmm.
So I said a word, and he's like, "You can't say it like that." And I was like, "Why?" Like some random dude,
Yeah.
like wasn't talking to us at all. He's like, "You can't say it like that."
Oh, they
like,
would
say
think
what?
they would think you were appropriating, or
Yeah. He's like, "Well, you're not Hispanic." I was like, "How do you know that?" Like, because I'm white.
mm-hmm.
Like, does it look white to you? Like, that's not correct, and you should know better, considering we had the same skin color.
Wow.
He was just Hispanic, like,
yeah.
But he was just like, he's like, no, he's like, you can't say things because you're not Hispanic. You didn't grow up Hispanic. I was like, how do you know that?
Right.
Honestly, like,
that's
how do you
bullshit.
know that? Yeah, and then he was just like, well, and then as soon as I told him, like, I was like, look, like, I grew up. I'm half Latino. I was raised Hispanic. Like, he shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's bullshit though. That's shitty on people.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it is. Like I said, I grew up with it a lot, so I had a lot of people like on both sides of the fence do the same thing to me.
Oh,
so.
Dude, Hispanics are savage though. Like as a kid, you get bullied by your own parents.
Yeah.
Like I remember getting bullied by my parents, by my aunts, my uncles. You know, George Lopez used to have the best joke about that, where he goes and tells his mom one day, he's like, "Oh, mom, I'm the team leader at school or something." And then she turns around at him and she goes, "What are you team leader of? Team caca? Because you don't know how to wipe your ass." Like that's literally how growing up in a Hispanic household is. You never get a "oh, great job." You get a "oh, let me find the flaw in it."
I will say because so I'm keep in mind I'm also second generation, well third generation Hispanic. So like my family like hadn't been in Mexico for a long time.
Yeah.
Like these are like Tejanos, like
okay.
To put it bluntly, like most of them are like they're Tejano, like
yeah. Okay.
So like my grandma was the last group to speak Spanish, and like the rest of them speak English, and were raised.
That's such
like,
a trip.
pretty much. Yeah, they were raised pretty much to speak only English and represent themselves as like English American Tejanos. Like it was a thing, like especially in places like Victoria, Texas, and places that were like small towns, like back in the '60s and '70s.
Yeah, because they were racist. Weren't they?
You didn't want your kids like having an accent or knowing Spanish. Like looking back at it now, in retrospect, probably wasn't the best idea. Yeah. But they did it anyway. Yeah. But like, where was I going with this? But yeah, no, like my parents, like my family was raised for the most part very Americanized. So like I was also raised Americanized. So like that was one thing I think I that was to my benefit in a lot of ways. But like I missed out on some things. Like so I grew up in a household where like Christmas we still make tamales. Like like my family would make tamales.
Fucking tamales, dude. Like, every Christmas.
My grandma would make like tortillas from scratch, things like that. And at the same time, it was also a household where they were all super conservative Republicans.
Nice.
They all like, were like, good job, like you're doing so good. Like, they never like I was the third born out of my like family. Like I grew up for people who don't know, I lived in a house of like 14 people. Like even though it was me and my brother, like, my family was very close knit.
Yeah.
So we all lived in one house in town center.
That's crazy, bro.
Just to put in perspective how big the neighborhood was. It was like a 2-story house, like in town center. Most of us slept on like we would take turns with beds and stuff like that. Like sometimes like as other people would move out, we get rooms, but like a lot of times we slept in the living room, like the game room.
That's so crazy, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's what it was.
That's pretty cool though, like being that close to family.
We'd be outside like all the time.
Yeah, I
was also really close. I had a good group of friends when I was growing up there, as well. Like we were the cul-de-sac kids. And we would like all hang out and like it's cold every day and play like wall ball and fucking baseball, soccer, football, all kinds of stuff like this, and just all the time. And then like of course like everybody grows up and there was like one point like I don't know you remember it's like that one time like you went outside for the last time with your friends.
Yeah.
Like, you just and that was it. It was
done. And that's when everyone starts doing their own thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean I still talk to a few of them.
Tell them to follow the podcast.
I want to catch up on it once I move back. It's just really hard while I'm here.
Yeah. You should tell them to listen to the podcast and tweet at us.
Yeah. I should.
Get some activity.
I found out some of my in-laws listen to it.
Oh.
Not my in-laws themselves, but like my in-laws, my brother-in-laws and stuff like listen to it. My sister-in-laws listen to it. Like a couple of my sister-in-laws follow the page. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kyle.
I mean, like one of my sister-in-law, shout out Nancy, thinks it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
She's like a couple of them. She's like, I can't like them because they're just too much.
Too much.
She's like, but some stuff is hilarious, and she's like,
Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're a lot. Unfortunately, I don't know how to scale that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry to anyone related to Kyle that listens to this podcast. I know we go a little overboard sometimes, especially if I have a little too much to drink.
Yeah.
Or if Kyle has a little too much to drink. Although he just exits the podcast.
Yeah.
And breaks a couple TVs.
Oh, man.
Yeah. The aftermath. But, you know, the next day, I wanted to record so bad. Like, just call everyone and get them on a Zoom call. It's like, so, how's your day going?
Bro. I was dead the rest of the fucking day.
That was so much fun. That was so much fun. I had a blast. Dude, I still don't understand how you got so fucked up. Like, I know you drank a lot. But to me, like, it felt like a normal day out. Mm-hmm. And then, next thing I know, you're over here, ooh, I can't do it, bro. I mean, it was fun. I had a blast.
Dude, I can't even remember. I don't even remember me saying I can't do it.
Dude, I remember just seeing you walking back and forth in the background.
I was having a conniption, bro.
Bro. It was so worth it, though. You gave us great content. Thank you for that.
I mean, that's a pretty highly rated episode. So.
Yeah. All right, let's keep this going because we still got a couple of keep or eat it's and it's getting late.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Appreciate it.
Bow Wow announces he is going to pursue a childhood dream of his and become a wrestler in the WWE. Keep it or eat it?
Little ass Bow Wow?
Little ass Bow Wow, bro. I'm going to eat that shit just because every time he said he's going to do something, or as of late, he'd be flexing on Instagram, but it's more of a finsta because he'd be faking it.
Yeah, I'm going to eat that too. Sorry, Bow Wow.
He does it for the gram, bro. He does it for the gram.
And you know what? I want people to achieve their dreams, though. So
I do too. Wow. I'm conflicted, but it's Bow Wow, bro.
Bow Wow.
He's achieved a lot.
I'm gonna keep it so you can attempt to achieve your dream.
Dude, he's been achieving since he was a kid. I'm gonna eat that shit.
Little Bow Wow was dope.
That's how his movies were dope. His music, it was pretty good. It's a late. Anyways, okay, moving on. We got two more. David Dobrik coming back to vlogging. He dropped his first vlog either today or last night on his new house, and he announced he's coming back to vlogging. Also, he has a podcast, but we're not going to promote that shit because he's famous enough.
Yeah. I'll keep it, but only because, like, I like David Dobrik.
Dude, I love his vlogs. Like,
I watch it when I watch him. I enjoy them, but I'm not like a avid like watcher of David Dobrik.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. I subscribe. So like, I don't intentionally go on YouTube to go watch his shit. It's just whenever I'm scrolling through YouTube and it pops up, I'm gonna watch it. He has good content. He's a great creator.
Go through YouTube to watch other people. I have some really good creators. Most of them involve food though, like Mikey Chen from Strictly Dumpling is awesome.
David So.
I like David So. He's actually on a TV show. That we were watching, like, The Leftovers.
The Leftovers? Bro, tell me why I watched, like, the first 5 episodes, and I was like, I could do this. I was watching it, I was like, I could have done that way better, bro. Like,
same. Like,
in my head, I was like, I'm over here taking notes and shit. I'm like, nah, I could have done this. I could have done that.
Some of those were really, looked really good, though, for being, like, leftover food. You know, leftover food.
Bro, leftover kings, bro.
The first thing I knew was, when I knew it was super sus, is when the avocado was green.
Yeah.
Was that avocado's bright green? That ain't no leftovers.
That ain't no leftover. It should have had a little bit of black on it.
Yeah, it should have been a little bit crispy. That's why you cut through the bottom and you get the rest of it out under the nasty. Yeah. Anyways, don't actually do that. Just get a new avocado, or eat all your avocado.
That show's pretty dope though. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I like David So in general. I like David So and Timothy DeLaGhetto.
Yes, like, Tim.
They're like shows really good.
What is he? Tim Chatterson. I don't know how to say his fucking last name.
I don't know how to say
I hate that he changed it, but it's cool.
He explained why, and I appreciate that. It's what people want.
Yeah, and I've been a Tim DeLaGhetto fan since his early days on YouTube, dude.
Back when he was Traffic.
Yeah, Traffic. Yeah.
Yeah, when he was running with Deep Pride and stuff.
And Ricky Shucks, and
Ricky Shucks, bro.
And Super Ego. Oh, we're going into old school
it's like
now.
OG.
Yeah. Yeah,
those guys are.
Fuck, man, they need to they need to continue the Cholo Adventures. I mean,
I just don't know how they could do it anymore.
I don't know. They did so much.
A lot of that stuff is still. I don't know if it aged well.
But it was good. No, it was pretty good though. Like pretty good content towards the end.
Yeah. Well, because it's just like okay, so like YouTube in general, it was a very different place when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Like you had creators that like push the fucking limits,
Yeah.
like
It was
heavy
good.
push the limit. I mean, Shane Dawson's a great example of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, we talk about Shane Dawson getting shit now, but
Yeah.
like back then, that was regular content.
Yeah.
Like it was. Don't get me wrong, it
Oh,
was like shock value, but that was like the
but
comedic style of the day.
yeah, but we had YouTube with no PC culture. That's the
Yeah, there was no
difference.
PC culture, and like so Shane Dawson's getting ripped up for like stuff he did like 10 years ago, but back then
Yeah.
like that was the climate. Like that was actually like what
That was what people were laughing. That's what
people
was
thought was
getting
funny.
clicks.
I mean, watch. Okay, like the best way to put it, watch Superbad. Like go through Harold and
Oh my
Kumar.
god. Yeah.
Like watch some of those movies. Like those are also examples of like movies that were a product of their time. Because if you
No, no,
watch
no.
them
If you want
now,
a real product of the time, watch Blazing Saddles.
well, Blazing Saddles from like the
You,
80s.
you can be
Like
so offended.
oh, super offended. But what,
But it's
what I
so
mean
good.
what I mean by that is like there was a point during the early 2000s, in the mid 2000s, so like 2010,
Uh-huh.
up to about when we graduated high school, where like shock value was like the funny thing. Like
Yeah.
people like liked
Well,
shock value,
it was
like humor.
clickbait. Yeah.
Like, I mean, a lot of that stuff like was funny. So like, there's like a lot of artists and people that like are like Kasim G for another
Yeah,
example,
Kasim
like
G.
when he went to California on like
Yep.
there was some offensive ass shit that like
Yeah.
we thought was hilarious, but like if we looked at it again now, we may feel a different type of
Well,
way. It may still be funny to
here's
us,
one.
but
Here's one. Ari Shafir when he used to do the Amazing Racist.
Mhm.
I mean, you cannot get away with that shit anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was
like,
so funny then.
I mean, The Office is another great example of something that you just can't,
Oh, yeah.
you wouldn't be able to get away with The Office
Yeah,
like
no,
now.
no.
With
But I
the
mean,
show.
that's one of the things that pisses me off about cancel culture, right? Is that they try to cancel people for shit they did in the past, but you gotta get them at the climate of that time.
People don't understand what being a product of their time is like, because then they go, oh well, like I said, I'm gonna go back to Shane Dawson again because it's an interesting case study in my opinion, because like I said, he was legitimately like a product of that era of YouTube.
Yeah.
And like they're like, oh well, he was in his 20s when he started doing this stuff. Yeah, but so was a lot of other people that were also in their 20s. Like, YouTube was a new space. Like also like when I was 21, even like in my 20s up to like 25 still, like I love like, you know, not racist humor. I don't like that stuff, but I do like a good funny dark joke every now and again. Like
I love dark jokes.
like I think dark jokes are hilarious. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't make me a bad person.
I don't think you
'cause I
can
like those
cancel
jokes.
comedy, bro. Like comedy's
Comedy's so subjective.
yeah, like don't be a hater, bro. If it's
Well, there's
funny,
like a
it's
ton of
funny.
people that are, like for Tropic Thunder, for instance, like people are trying to cancel
Robert
Robert
Downey
Downey
Jr.
Jr. now because
Yeah.
they don't understand the joke of what Tropic Thunder was.
Which was, oh my god, Tropic Thunder was a great fucking movie. Like it was fucking hilarious. Robert Downey Jr. killed it as a actor acting as a black guy. That's what it was, right? He was acting as
Yeah. He was an actor,
Yeah.
basically trying to be a new role for like
Yeah.
Richard.
yeah. So I mean, how stupid, but how funny was that?
I mean, Simple Jack. That whole piece too is also probably super offensive.
Yeah.
Like he could have gotten a lot of like Ben Stiller could have got a lot of trouble for Simple Jack if he came out now,
Yeah.
just for that character.
Yeah. Or what's that character on? What is it? Ridiculous Six? What's the Adam Sandler movie?
Ridiculous. I didn't watch the Ridiculous Six.
Oh well, there's one with like
Just because there's not like Adam Sandler movies have been so often
Taylor Lautner. I think that's his name, Taylor Lautner.
Uh-huh.
He plays like a retard. Like I'm gonna get flack for saying this, but he plays a retard with a super strong neck. And like I forget, at one point they try to hang him, and his neck's so strong that he's just like using it as a bungee cord. He's bouncing around and laughing and dancing. I mean, you can't get away with that shit nowadays.
Like I love Adam Sandler.
I love Adam
but some of them
Sandler.
are they're so hit or miss though.
We need
Like,
to
they're so
protect
hit
him.
or miss.
He's a national gem.
Did we talk about Hubie Halloween?
Hubie was trash, bro. I don't want to talk about it. In my head, Hubie never existed.
Bro, I liked Hubie Halloween. It took me a second to like.
That shit was-
Mostly for the Steve Buscemi parts.
Yeah,
Like-
I fucking
Like
hated
that shit was
movie.
fucking hilarious.
I
to me.
hated that movie so bad. I didn't finish watching it. I got
dude.
I got like 30 minutes in and I was like, nope, can't do it anymore.
There's some parts with Steve Buscemi in it specifically that are very funny.
No,
The
no.
rest of it's really dumb.
I want you to know, I'm the kind of person that if I start a movie, even if it's bad, if I get past 15 minutes, I watch it. Same thing with shows. If I would go past the first episode, I'm gonna watch the whole season. That movie
My
was
wife's
so
that way.
bad, I couldn't do that. Like, I couldn't.
That's how my wife felt when she watched BoJack Horseman. Like she liked BoJack Horseman, but
No.
it's a heavy show, and
Yeah.
like she was just like, well, now I want to know what happens.
Right.
She's like, I'm already too far in.
Honestly,
we were like a couple episodes in.
That's how it was with Santa Clarita Diet with Drew Barrymore. I thought the first episode was fucking stupid. But I was
my
like,
wife stopped watching it after the third season.
But
She's like, eh.
I watched it and I was like, okay, like where is this going? Let's find out. And I ended up watching the whole entire show.
The Santa Clarita Diet is dumb.
It got better. It got better as it progressed.
My wife actually stopped watching it like right after the third season. Like she's just like, eh.
Yeah.
She like we watched one episode and she was like, I'm bored.
And that's how I was. But since I had gotten past the first episode, I was like, I gotta watch the whole season. And then I watched the whole season. And when it popped up with the second season, I was like, okay, I gotta watch this.
I don't think I'm one of those people that like if it sucks, I'm just gonna stop watching it.
No. Like I love shitty movies though. Like
I also like shitty movies.
That's the thing.
It depends on the shitty movie.
No, I love shitty movies. It don't depend. I love shitty movies. I will sit there and watch a shitty movie.
No, Ghost Rider 2.
I watched it.
It's not good though.
But I watched horrible.
It. Like it's not entertaining.
But see, at that point when the movie's so bad, I like making fun of it.
Well, because there's movies that are so bad they're good kind of thing.
That's like
Trolls 2, like the Room, like things like that.
What was the movie Chris Rock did where he was like with a bunch of comedians, but it's super slow and super boring?
I think it's called Funny People.
That movie was not fucking funny. When I went to go watch it,
was supposed to be funny.
when I went to go watch it, I was the last person in that movie theater. Everyone else walked out, and I was like, I'm gonna stick this one through.
Yeah.
And
hoping it would actually be good.
I was expecting at least like some good one-liners, never got them.
Because one of my least favorite, like, okay, because there's some really good horror that's also very cheesy.
Yeah.
There's also just bad horror.
One-Eyed Monster, fucking cheesy as shit.
There's some like movies that just like they're not even fun to watch. Like they just suck. And it's
Dude,
just like
you know what movies were like that for me? The Human Centipede series, the saga.
Those aren't good.
They're so disturbing, but I was like, I can't believe what I'm watching. I gotta keep watching, especially the second one because I got the European version. I don't remember how I found it, but it's like the director's cut where they don't cut out any of the shit that they deemed bad for the U.S.
Too rough for American.
Too risque. Yeah.
What is too risque for American audiences?
Oh, and the opening scene, the dude's jacking off with sandpaper, bro. The security guard in the parking lot in the opening scene, he's jacking off with sandpaper. And at that point, I was like, okay, this movie's gonna be horrible. Let's just get past the opening scene and see how it turns out.
Fucking gross.
At some point, he raped someone with fucking barbed wire wrapped around his dick, and it scarred me for life. But I watched it, and then when the third one came out, I was already 2 movies in deep. Although none of them were connected necessarily, I watched all 3 of them.
I don't know if there's any movies that really like scarred me because I've seen some disturbing films. Like, don't get me wrong, like. What is that movie with the cannibals? Not Cannibal Holocaust because I still want to watch that one. But the most recent Green Inferno.
Green Inferno. I haven't seen it yet,
bro.
You told me about it one time, I think.
Oh, it's just gory. It's so gory. Like that's a movie that like is a little bit disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did you see something in the back of behind me?
There's a person with a mask behind you.
Oh.
No, fucking with you. I was looking at my notes. I have a small computer screen now, so I was like, let me look at that real quick.
What is that? What are we looking at here?
But yeah. So bad movies. Yeah, I started watching the Final Destination movies, like all over again. Realized why I have so many irrational fears. Like I had an irrational fear of tanning booths. I understand now. On the third movie,
Final Destination.
Yeah, on the third movie, the chicks catch on fire in the tanning booth, and I realized this is why I'm scared of tanning booths. And there's a lot of other little cheesy things in there. Final Destination movies, they're so predictable, but they're so much fun to watch. I enjoy them.
Agreed.
All right,
I love Final Destination movies. Those are good cheesy movies.
Yeah.
All right, shall we call it?
We got one more.
All right, one more.
Queen Latifah as the Equalizer. keep it or eat it.
I'm here for it. We'll try it. Let's see where it goes. I like Queen Latifah. I don't know about an action movie star. Yeah. But I'm gonna keep it. We'll see where it goes. It could be really good.
Yeah, I've never seen her in a serious role, and I don't think I want to watch her in a serious role. So I'm gonna eat it.
Fair enough.
All right.
Fair enough.
Thank you guys for listening. I think that was it, right? That's all you got. Yeah, that's all I got.
Well, we're gonna end the episode actually with one of our buddies. They have basically it's an artist named Anson. This is not artist of the week.
How do you spell it?
Anson.
Where
you
can
actually
you
follow him on his Twitter account and his Instagram at ANSON Anson as well. But he's reached out to us. Super cool guy, and we want to play something from his new album. So,
all right, Thank you guys for listening. This was a good episode. It was my comeback episode. I'm back. Hopefully. Yeah. Reverb.
Oh boy.
All right.
I'm kidding. It's so good to have you back, bro.
Thank you guys for listening. If you like what you heard, please give us a 5-star review, a thumbs up on Apple, iTunes, and Google Play and Spotify. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Let us know how we're doing. If you like what you heard or if you didn't. If you think we're a bunch of idiots, let us know. If you think we're pretty good, let us know. If you're interested about Dogecoin, hit us up on Twitter or on Facebook at The Weekly D Pod, at Danny_G951, at It's That Guy Kyle. You can also follow us. We have an Instagram page. We post memes daily. Be on the lookout for our other brother podcasts coming out soon, like I'm Gonna Need a Beer and Accidental Chaos. Be on the lookout for Pass the Gravy Network. We drop every Thursday, and we got our friends from Andrew Green's Time Machine on Mondays. We got Pass the Gravy on Wednesdays. Just be on the lookout for them. Pass the Gravy Network. They're great. They're awesome. They put on for us. We put on for them. You know how it is. This was fun. I had a blast. Thank you, Kyle, for joining us.
For sure. And then now, just before we leave, I just want to let everybody know. To the moon!
To the moon!
You're now listening to Tightrope.
Peace.
I walk on a tightrope, praying for an ending. I can't keep pretending I'm fine, 'cause shadows cast over me like a Wednesday, and none of my Wednesdays feel right. So tell me how long should I wait here? So tell me how long till I break? 'Cause I can feel a weakness in my knees. I'm standing line of time, falling into the shore. And all of my secrets that you keep, it doesn't make sense anymore. 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 I'm at it all like the tide falling into the shore. And all of my secrets that you keep, it doesn't make sense anymore. 'Cause I can feel the weakening in my knees. I'm setting like the tide falling into the shore. And all of my secrets that you keep, it doesn't make sense anymore. 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 How